Okay. How's it? I mean, everybody's on it but you. But
I'm gonna move over. You slide down. Okay. Fine.
No.
Thank you.
People want to see it. They need to goon to something.
All right. 3, 2. Well.
Whoa.
Oh.
What a tease, this guy.
Sorry.
Goon Nintendo Podcast.
Oh, you didn't. You press record, maybe?
Let me start again. I'll do the countdown. 3. GoNintendo Podcast. Episode 957. The Tinkatink Podcast. Yeah, I did it because you usually jump in, so I jumped in. Here you go. Nintendo says goon to something. Great start. We got it, people. Tinkatink, Mom Brain, will you tell us about Tinkatink, please?
Tinkatink. Tinkatink swings its handmade hammer around to protect itself, but the hammer is often stolen by Pokemon that eat metal.
If you look up Tinkatink,
Metal.
Tinkatink looks very sad.
Well, also Tinkatink, I guess when we're talking metal, it's the sound that the hammer might make on the metal. Tinkatink.
Oh, I know. Yes.
Oh,
I know.
Metal. They're a foot tall. They're
Shrock.
It's a bug.
Class.
Want a pistache?
Oh my God, that's funny. Get that sucker on the soundboard.
what's that? The bird?
That parrot,
Apollo.
yeah. What's
Yeah.
this? Shrock.
No.
Brockhorn?
Shrek.
What's this?
Wario.
Hat. It's a hat.
What's his name?
Apollo.
Apollo. Look up Apollo the parrot.
Apollo and
It's a
friends.
great time. He's a great time.
Mm-hmm. Abilities. Oh no. Height is a foot. Weight is just about 20 pounds. They are only female. Well, that's why they're so sad.
I guess there you go. That's it.
Because what's there to be happy about when you're a female?
Oh, they got a nice little hammer.
Oh, I'm sure it's got to be a little hammer. I bet it's pink too.
I
Just,
think it's
ladies' hammer.
turquoise.
And I bet it costs twice as much as the boy hammer. The category is metalsmith. Abilities include own tempo. That's one of my abilities.
Push the tempo.
The Pokemon sticks to its own tempo, preventing it from becoming confused or being affected by intimidate.
That sounds like you, definitely.
Yep. And Mold Breaker. The Pokemon's moves are unimpeded by the ability of the target. I'm so sorry to tell everyone that this is the end of the first Pokemon section of the year of our Lord 2025.
Thank you, Mom Brain. Well done.
We got there, everybody.
You are all very welcome. Also, I noticed a little something in the Discord.
Oh boy.
Oh,
I
I gotta get in there.
Yep. So,
I didn't, but I haven't been in the Discord.
well, perhaps you should introduce everyone first.
No, now you're making me worried that it's something bad. I gotta go in.
It's one of the
okay.
best things she can say.
Hello, Mom Brain. How are you?
Oh.
Mom Brain's
Hi.
here.
I'm good. I'm here. I'm good.
Nicky Hill is here. Hello, Nicky. How are you?
Hello. I'm happy to be here.
Deux Michaels is here. Deux, how are you doing?
Ooh.
And Lube is here. Lube, how are you?
Fantastic.
First show of the new year, and we'll see you at the end of 2025, I believe.
New year, new lube.
We also have the one, the only Josh Grobot.
I'm the star of the show.
Josh, how you doing? What's going on?
I'm a party animal.
Hell yeah.
Josh, did you know that it was just Nintendo's birthday?
Oh boy. Well, Nintendo, here you go. Whether this is a blessing or a curse, you're getting it. Josh isn't turning down a chance to sing. Thank you, Josh.
He is
Very
the
much
world's best
appreciated.
singer.
I am the world's best singer.
Proved it there.
Josh, what have you been up to?
I have a mulatto addiction.
Whoa! What?
What does that say?
Say that again, Josh?
I have a mulatto addiction.
He's
Oh.
addicted to Balatro, apparently.
How about it?
I didn't even know you were playing.
Sure, whatever. Big hello to my fans.
Big fans. We're all big fans. And of course, we're also...
Why don't you ask George?
I was just going to do that.
Oh.
George is here. George, how are you, my friend?
But George, no. Thank you, Josh. That was so nice of you to toss it over to me.
That was a really great story.
George, how's your New Year's going, or how was your New Year's Eve?
It was great. I was in Lime Square. And it
Oh,
was crowded.
filling those diapers with limes.
Yeah, I'm a big Anderson Cooper head. I was hoping to catch a glimpse of him.
Oh my god!
He was there, him and Andy Cohen, and
Yes, they were.
Not a fan of him.
I'm also not a fan of Andy Cohen, so yeah, good for you. Good for you, George.
Yeah, I was a little. I mean, I guess I'm just a whiny, cranky old man, but a little surprised. Did I talk about this? That I
you talk about this? You hear about this?
I don't have like the other streaming stuff to be able to watch the ball drop, and so we were like, well, let's just try the CNN coverage on Max. So we put it on after having watched Wicked, and there's a little bit of time. Yep, there's a little bit of time before the ball drop, and they're like interviewing a DJ, and they're like, so you're tripping right now? And he's like, yeah. And they're like, what do we look like? You know, like you're on drugs. But and we're like sitting there with, youngsters. And we're like, what is this? This
The
is
kind
just
of
like,
things they put on at midnight. You don't believe.
oh, on a night where
What was it,
kids
Drew
are like,
Drew
kids
Carey
are-
hosted, or
like when people are up and they're watching it and stuff like that. 2 years ago, I think it was, they had like in the one corner, there's like a stream of Times Square, but they were just showing regular like ABC news coverage, and it was all about like butt lifts and stuff. So we're sitting there and the kids are like, why is there just butts on the TV? It was just like butt cheeks for a half hour. I don't know.
Well, did the kids even know what tripping means?
I'm not entirely sure they were fully paying attention, but they were taking pretend shots because they were doing shots every hour. And so they were like, oh, and so,
All right. So yeah, drugs and alcohol. They're both the same.
yeah. They make soup out of your brain.
There we go.
There we go.
I don't want to be chicken soup. I don't want to be
potato. That's what they say.
I don't want to be chicken soup. I just want to be me.
just want to be me, baby.
You know what? I don't think they play that enough. That was on TV. That wasn't even in schools, right?
That was on TV. I'm sure
Yeah.
they played it in some schools, but I just saw it at home on
No.
TV.
I just remember, I'm not
I
a
think-
chicken, you're a turkey.
I
right,
think we
yeah.
need that song
Learned
played.
it from watching you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that.
Mhm.
I think we need that song played even more these days, for the
Well,
younger generation.
do it.
Also, what's the other song we need? I'm looking at you because
Cry
I know
Sweet
this was
I
your
know
song.
you're looking at me, and I don't.
Hey, mommy.
Oh,
Hey, daddy,
buckle me into my safety seat.
Buckle me into my safety seat. My safety
Yep.
seat.
Beautiful.
Watching the world from my safety seat when we
And
go for a ride in the car.
I don't
want to go
near and
or
far, I remember that.
far. You'll be safe when you're riding in the car.
Never thought I'd say this, but can I hear more from Josh, please?
Josh, anything to say?
Is this thing on?
All right. Let me.
Great story.
So funny enough, when Nicky Ho was just talking about butts, can I just make a butt comment?
Sure, go ahead.
So this week, at work, I have a student. I work in a middle school. Very like limited vocal verbal conversation, and it's kind of limited to like requests and whatnot. And so the kid's on the swing in our sensory room, and he's been working on saying pardon when he farts because he farts and then he goes fart. I'm like, you can't, like you can't really do that.
That's
that's
right.
pretty good.
I'm gonna
That's
start
doubling
doubling that
up.
way.
Which
yeah.
is like really
Makes
like
sense.
right. So I'm like, all right, we say pardon, and then I'm trying to be like, so look, like if you don't say anything when you're like at school, like with other people, like with me, you should say pardon because I know it's you who farted. But like if you're with other people, you may just want to be quiet and you might get away with it, And I'm like, and actually, we could practice. Like if you fart, I'll take the blame. So we're working on that. So he farts like very loud, and then I'm sitting maybe like 10 feet away from him, and he goes, "Come here." And I was like, "You just farted. I'm not coming over there to stand in your fart cloud." And he goes, "Fart cloud." And I was like, "Great, wonderful.
It's better than pardon.
This is welcome to the new year. I have taught, so I'm like, please don't tell your mother that I taught you fart cloud. Like, please don't."
Oh, she's gonna find out whether she
I mean,
wants to or
it's
not.
developmentally appropriate. Sixth graders should be talking about fart clouds.
That's
I don't-
when sixth graders learn fart cloud, I believe.
Yep. But it was just so, and I was like, I'm not standing in your fart cloud.
Yeah.
Can you work on can you get them to say like Did somebody step on a duck?
Well, so once upon a time, we had a child who someone was teaching her to say, "Excuse me." But that was like way too much for her like brain to make her mouth do. So instead, she would fart and then go, "Me." So that's when I learned to teach them to say pardon.
We might have to take that one. That's a good
because
idea.
I was like, okay, very well intentioned, but like this is no, we can't have that.
What
So
It's kind of like
Whoops.
your handshake with
Well, I have said-
vitamin G, where you announce new at the end.
That's
for the new
right.
part.
I have
Miss
prompted.
Scoozy?
I have prompted whoops a few times. Before.
All right, let me do this now. Hello to Freddie Fro and Tony De La Mancha and Rosemary the Farmer, Backsuit Studios, and Nintendo and Drake and Tater Tot and William and Sneaker Hacks and Radical Defect and Ice Dilbert and Gecko Kitsune and E17 and boy, oh boy, whoever else I didn't see in here. Thanks for joining us on this first podcast of the new year. Mom Brain, I'm supposed to be in a Discord for something. What is it?
That was Nintendo's birthday request.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what it was?
But now I want you
Hi,
to
Backseat Studios, if I didn't say that.
to please make a note that Freddie Fro said trying to convince Rosemary that we should check out WWE on Monday, anything that might help convince her. And I said it's a soap opera with so many butts.
Well, I mean, that's true, but it's I mean, I could go on and on and on and on and on about it. Monday is a great time to jump in though, because Raw is debuting on Netflix. First time it'll be on Netflix for at least the next 5 years. Live on Netflix starting Monday at 8 p.m.
And that's just Raw. All the other things are still going to be on Peacock.
SmackDown is on USA, and SmackDown just went to 3 hours yesterday. So Friday nights, SmackDown USA. NXT is on CW on Tuesdays at 8 o'clock.
CW's still around, huh?
Yep. Raw is Netflix Mondays, on Mondays at 8 o'clock starting this Monday. And then your premium live events are on Peacock for now, but they are going to Netflix. They will switch over to Netflix eventually because obviously.
Is there still like the WWE network?
No, that's been gone for a
Oh,
while.
geez. I know.
That's been gone for
Man.
years because they got the deal with Peacock because NBC Universal owns USA, and they had that. And then they were like, well, we're doing this Peacock thing and we need people to subscribe. So let's do all WWE. And they were like, yeah. So they did that and they have it now. But now with Netflix buying Raw, Netflix is obviously bigger than Peacock, and Netflix is very eager to get all that stuff on their network. So when the Peacock deal runs out, they'll take all that. But on Netflix, you can get they've already added all the classic Raws are there from decades ago, and all of them are completely uncensored now because it's Netflix. So if anybody curses, the cursing's there. When Stone Cold gives his finger, it's not blurred out. They don't bleep saying WWF anymore because it's not regular TV, so they don't have to. So who knows what'll happen? But yeah, I'll talk more about this in the after show and give you my my elevator pitch for watching WWE. I won't dedicate the regular show to it as much as I would like to. Did I watch? Freddie Frost says we did watch a clip earlier on Netflix of Dwayne Johnson with The Rock loud and proud on the tush. Well, he's officially part of the WWE again, and he's one of the co-owners of it now. So he's back.
Oh wow!
And on top of all that, John Cena,
who's emptying out his pee bottles over there.
This is a joke for two people at the table. Big Dick Johnson is emptying out the Rock's pee bottles.
Wow.
Remember that guy?
Yeah.
I do. There's something I was going to say. Oh, because it's on Netflix now, you actually see him peeing into the bottle. They
They don't have to censor that.
So yeah, I'll talk more about that later. But let's get into the other things that I want to talk about. What do we got?
Can we talk about last week's podcast art, the Scrooge hitting the gritty?
It's not on the list, so we can. Yeah, go ahead. Whatever
I just wanted to bring that up before it gets. 2 weeks in a row, this art has been amazing. But Scrooge hitting the gritty with Tiny Tim and Fozziwig there,
I can't tell you. This is not a lie. Every time I opened that picture, I laughed, audibly.
It was
laughed.
amazing.
And the first time I saw it, I was laughing so hard I couldn't laugh out loud, and I was tearing up from it. Kernal, he always kills it, but even he, I think, admitted the last couple of weeks there's been a certain kind of magic to his images. But I'm going back to my text because he said something. It was about the making of that picture. Where did it go? I thought he said something about.
I know on Instagram he posted it, and he was kind
that's
of like,
where it was. It was on Instagram.
he was like, I didn't even know what the gritty is. I had to look it up,
Yes.
and it's amazing how, as an artist, he doesn't like his heart isn't even in. I mean, his heart's in it, but like he doesn't even know what these things are, and it's like banger after banger.
It's he like distills something into its essence and draws it. Like
It's amazing.
that's what it is. Like he captures something.
He really does.
Yeah.
You're right. It was on Instagram because I thought it was extra funny that he didn't know what the gritty was and had to look it up and then translated it to an amazing
It was
picture.
perfect.
God, it's funny. It is so funny. It's one of my favorites of his, and that's coming hot on the heels of the
Don
Vito
Vito's
Don
Tingle.
Tingle.
Oh my
Man,
god,
so good,
so
I like that.
good. And just like the way his, it's not like a lifelike drawing, but you know exactly who the
Yes.
person is. It's like an incredible talent.
That's always tough in like cartoons when a cartoon like sticks to its style and still like manages to capture the essence of a real life person, and you look at the drawing and you're like, that's so and so.
Yeah.
I don't. He got it, man. It was so good.
Anyways, thanks for letting me glaze them up. real
No,
quick.
I'm going to read that in a second, William, because that's awesome. I'll read that in a little bit, William, because it's related to something else. I'm glad you said that because it's a perfect segue to what I was going to read about anyway. You were talking about hitting the gritty, Scrooge hitting the gritty, and we were talking about it from Fortnite. The gritty obviously exists out of Fortnite, but we use it all the time, or Deux has it in Fortnite, as do other players.
And you hit the gritty every night before you go to play. I
Real life
make
story.
Wait, the
him
gritty
walk-
exists outside of Fortnite?
Yeah.
It's like a real dance?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was.
No. It's it
I
was
thought
the
it like
thing
at least
before-
originated.
No. It was the thing before it went to Fortnite. And yes, I've been doing that for a very long time. Every time we go down to play, because we play at the exact same time, I hit the gritty out of the living room and down the stairs. So, speaking of Fortnite, I got an email from Outlaw Moogle, and I got their permission to read it. And that is about what I'm gonna do. Crazy Kernal's texting me now. Oh, it texts.
He's working.
It says friggin' Balatro man with a picture of Stimpy, like eyes, bright red and
I
whatever.
am a Balatro addiction.
Thank you, Josh. All right, Outlaw Moogle says, I just want to shoot you an email to talk about how the podcast is a big part of my return to Fortnite. I actually started Fortnite in the closed alpha at PAX 2014. A strange man approached my husband and I outside and asked if we wanted to play an upcoming game. After getting in an unmarked white van and being driven down a back alley, suspicious. They say.
Wow.
We were treated to burgers, beer, and a session of Fortnite Save the World Alpha mode hosted by the Fortnite devs. We played the alpha and beta for 9 months after that, but when it switched focus to Battle Royale mode to pay the bills, we fell off. I have not really touched Fortnite for almost 10 years, aside from a brief 2 days of Lego Fortnite last year, as competitive shooting games are just not for me. Well, with the free time of winter break, all of the exciting stories of Fortnite over the past couple of years on the podcast, and some friends willing to carry me, I finally went back. And it was great. The 2 hours flew by. We had a lot of hijinks, and we got a victory royale. I don't think I would have thought of Fortnite now of anything other than a game only kids play. But you and Deux, especially telling stories, convinced me that I should give it a shot, even if Save the World is what I originally liked about it way back then. Thanks for sharing your experiences. I hope there's many more to come. Well, that is awesome. I'm so glad to hear that.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, like I've said many times, I played Fortnite pretty much from the beginning, not like month one, but within the first couple months of it being out. And I really liked it, and we got into it, but there was little to no matchmaking. It was a much different experience. It was much more challenging to get a win and just stay alive in general.
Has anyone ever met
Huh?
and gotten married after having met on Fortnite?
I'm sure they have. It's
Probably.
the number one game in the world. I'm sure that's happened.
I know, but like that would be the ultimate matchmaking, like of the game, right?
That's true.
Like they should really push that story.
It's true. I'm gonna look into that in a
feel
minute.
good story. Tug at the old heartstrings.
And then like Deux fell out, and some of our other friends fell out, and I played a little bit longer on my own, and then I eventually fell out, and then I don't know, like a year and a half went by, and then did we get back into it because of the pandemic?
I
pretty
think that was
sure.
a big part of it. Yeah.
Because everybody was at home, and we were like, it's free, everybody can get it, it can be played on everything, so it's
Yeah,
the
because it was
perfect game.
cross-platform.
Yeah.
That was the biggest thing, because some of us had PlayStation, some of us had Xbox, some of us Switches, whatever. And it's like, what can we play that everyone can play that we don't have to buy? That
the
and
perfect
that was
answer.
it,
Well, what can
yeah.
we play that we all have a system that is supported, and we don't have to spend any money? There you go. So, we got back into it then, and I'm not saying this to knock you at all. It took Deux a little bit of convincing to get back in, and I completely understand it, because it was very different back then.
I had memories of it being so hard, and I just wasn't really, I had written it off. I remember struggling a lot, even though we had fun hanging out with friends. It was just very difficult. We were always hiding and dying.
That's our biggest strategy was hiding.
Yeah. So I just didn't really want to get back into it. And you guys, I think, played for a good week or something before I finally jumped in. And thank goodness I did, because it's totally different. It's amazing how much more fun and easy it is, and just how laid back our games are. And
when they, that experience you had is what millions of people had, and they were obviously like, we got to change up matchmaking here to do that something so that people don't have that experience and never come back again.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, Nicky played the other month and won. I mean, like it's
that like introduction or reintroduction to Fortnite is very important to give people a feeling of like you're gonna have games that are tough, but you're gonna have games where you can get something done and you're gonna have fun. So,
but I'm like an elite gamer. That's not.
You do have skill.
That is true. So we got back in, and it's been like our most played game in general for years now, easily, and that's because we're having fun with friends, and the game is fun, and
they keep
every new
updating
season,
they keep adding great stuff to it, and it all works. It's
Yeah,
all
they're
been
really
really
good
working.
At least I feel like it hasn't gotten stale, because it's like, even if you get, all right, I'm kind of bored with this season or whatever, then it's like, oh, in a few weeks it's going to change to a new season. There's all sorts of new stuff. And then I'm like, all right, I'm back.
And now on top of all that, you have
like
so many other modes that you can like go into too. So
well, and they have, I mean, they're constantly adding promotions, and not promotions, but like the tie-ins to everything else.
Sure.
Like, they're all, I think the developers are all working overtime, and so are like the marketing people, I guess, who like bring in all of these.
Right now, you got Mariah Carey and Snoop Dogg and new Marvel stuff, and new DC stuff, and new
Christmas
Star
is over.
Wars
She's
stuff.
got to be frozen.
And Skibbity Toilet.
You got Skibbity Toilet, yes, the collaboration we've all been waiting for. So yeah, I'm glad you decided to hop back in and had a great time. I hope many years are ahead of you with friends and having stupid fun in that game, because it's an incredible experience for what it is, and in my opinion, there's no other game out there that does what Fortnite does as good as Fortnite does it. It's just crazy. Like it's impressive on all kinds of levels, but most importantly, it's just a great way to have fun with friends, and you don't have to spend any additional money on top of the system that you already purchased, or phone.
Tater Tot, we also only play on no build mode.
Yes, we used to play regular mode because that's all that there was.
Yeah,
but
and
we wouldn't really build like
barely get some ramps.
We put like ramps in front of us, and like if we were in trouble, I'd like turn to Lube, because Lube would be able to put up like 4 walls and a roof, and I'd be like, this palatial palace is amazing.
Our fortress.
Yeah. Other than that, so yeah, zero build is such a great addition to the game, and when you go online and you see the amount of players, it's a pretty even split between zero build and traditional. So that, that's a big deal for people. There's plenty of people who want the zero build experience, because Fortnite, the building is fun, but the game itself, just the main mechanics of the game, are fun without building too. So
the game.
I just saw
volumes.
On TikTok, Cliff, whatever his name was, talking about Fortnite like back in 2011.
I saw that video
where it used to be a survival thing where you'd go out. And,
that's what he's saying. Save the world.
Is that what Save the World
that's
was?
still in the game, but
where you just
barely
go out and
supported.
collect
Very
resources and
rarely.
then build a fort
The
and
whole
survive overnight.
Fortnite as we know it did not exist.
Right.
It was Save
Well,
the World, and I wanted to play
what
that, but it like came out and it like flopped.
Yeah.
And Epic was like, well, we could like pull out now, or we could pivot to this battle royale idea and see what we can do here. And they thankfully for them picked the right way to go because it's been a major boon for them, a major goon for them.
Because now you could be the Predator wearing Nike Airs and
Mhm.
Jordans,
Hitting the gritty.
doing the gritty or like ska dancing or something. It's just,
Yeah.
I mean, it's just unbelievable.
It's I'm sure it's always what the creator of Alien always envisioned.
Well, the Xenomorph wearing the Nike Airs is
you'll
like
see
the
him
most
soon, don't
amazing.
worry.
God, it's so good.
I always remember the Xenomorph running around with the chainsaw like Leatherface.
That
chasing
was
out.
incredible.
What's scarier than a Xenomorph chasing you? A Xenomorph with a chainsaw.
Yep.
I mean, just everything about it. Just I can't believe it's every change they make is great, and you miss what left, and then you quickly get used to and like what they replaced it with. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, it still has, in my opinion, the best version of an Attack on Titan game ever. With when they had the season with the ODM gear, it's like, why isn't this a real
That's
game?
the thing that shocks me all the time. They do that. Like you'll get like Attack on Titan or like Spider-Man, and the new Spider-Man games are great, but in Fortnite, Spider-Man is also great. Like the web slinging and all that. You're like, this feels like
They
awesome.
really nail
This is
it.
really cool. Yeah, so it's not that they just do the collaborations. They obviously put a ton of time into them to make them feel genuine, legitimate, and fun to play.
Are they bringing like other
nuts.
companies in to do that stuff too, or is it just like the same?
I don't know
Fortnite
what
team?
third parties Epic works with on Fortnite overall, but Epic is huge. So like it's
They're
a
Epic.
majority of Epic. Yeah, as far as I know. But yeah, I'm sure there's third parties that they partner with. They have a regular partnership with. I can't imagine they bring in, like let's say Attack on Titan, or like let's bring in a studio that knows how to do something like this. Like they just have their partners that they already work with that gets stuff done. So it's impressive. But Outlaw Moogle, great story. I'm very happy to hear that us constantly talking about Fortnite convinced you to jump back in, that you're having a great time. All right. There was, man, I had another segue and it's gone. I don't know what it was. Moving on. I had been talking to Name of Austin. I talk to him all the time, but he is over on Bluesky, the not new social app that is doing very well. If you're looking for a replacement for Twitter, or Threads isn't your thing, you can try Bluesky, and it's there's at least tens of millions of users over there, and it seems to be doing quite well. And Name of Austin is on Bluesky. Let me tell you, not that he needs any plug from me or anything, but I'll tell you anyway. You can follow Austin at
Where?
AnyAustin.bluesky, bsky.social. Just search
And
Any
he's got
Austin, all
10
one
million
word.
fans or followers there.
He has 13,000 followers on Bluesky.
Okay.
On YouTube subscribers, I think he's got like 600,000
600?
something.
Oh,
600,000 million zillion. Yeah, so AnyAustin.bsky.social, but you can just search Any Austin. But he was talking about Bluesky, and I've seen him on Bluesky before, and he's like, you should do a social media that's you and not GoNintendo. And I was like, what am I going to do with that? Like, there's nothing to say.
Thing. You
Why-
would just repost all your GoNintendo stuff.
Well, if I was going to do like an actual personal one, I wouldn't. I don't know what I would do though. I'd be like, whatever.
Be wrestling.
Yeah, whatever strikes my fancy.
Yeah.
I'd do something like,
Yeah,
this
did
anime
you
made
send
me
us-
cry or
you
something.
send him the
Whatever.
link to your TikTok.
Hey,
You have a TikTok that's just you. talking
yeah,
about
I
movies
do.
and-
Well, I haven't done anything on. See, that's the
Well,
thing.
that's what I'm saying.
But I only ever do those things when I feel like doing them. It's not like I have a bunch of ideas. Like
Well, you had a push.
When it comes to
like, you had a goal to start doing it more.
for GoNintendo, yeah,
So
and
it's
then
for yourself, talking about wrestling or whatever.
Oh, well, yeah, but I only do it when I have something that I actually want to talk about. And I'm not, because, it's just for personal stuff and it's just for fun. So I'm not like, oh, it's been 3 weeks since I posted a video. I bet that's not my goal with it. It's just when I have an idea that I'd like to make a video of, and I haven't had anything recently. But anyway, Austin was like, you should do it, blah, blah, blah. And it just stuck in my head, and I don't know why, because I'm like, what am I going to say? What am I going to do? I'm not worried about doing things, but what's the point in having it? But I was like, that's the wrong point. So long story short, I have a personal Bluesky account. You will not be getting Nintendo news there. We're on Bluesky if you want to go follow. Just go to GoNintendo. The links are there. And thank you to everybody who already has. There's an official GoNintendo on Bluesky, and there's a fan-run GoNintendo on Bluesky. I honestly don't care what one you follow. They do the same thing. The fan that made the fan account got in touch with me a long time ago, and he's like, I'll take it down if you want me to. I was like, no, it's fine. So really, I don't care where you go to follow GoNintendo on Bluesky. But if you want to follow me on Bluesky I don't know. I honestly don't know what I'm going to do. But you can follow me at GoNintendoRMC.bsky.social. Can I put a link in the Discord? Share. I can. I'll put it in the Discord now. So again, not for news or anything, but if you just want to be nosy and see what I'm up to.
I think there's a lot of butthole pictures on there right now, right?
There's only one picture.
That's what the B in B Sky stands for.
Butthole Sky.
There's only one picture, and I guess technically there could be a butthole in it. It depends on how you look at it. There's a character that has a butt, and there's a hole. So, so there you go. Go Nintendo RMC, all one word. .bsky.social. If you're interested. So go ahead and we'll see whatever happens there together. I don't know. 1,000 resist. 1,000 times resist. I said hello after noobs. Good to see you. And Roth, if I didn't say hello to you, hello to you. Okay, I see multiple posts in here. All right, so I'm going to talk about 1,000 times resist again because there's a topic I wanted to talk about in general because something popped up this week. But I see in the Discord we have other reasons to talk about it. William messaged and said, started the year with getting 1,000 times resist, and you and Do were right. It is the best game of 2024. Thank you for the follow, Tater Todd. I see it. And easily in my top 5 games already, and I've only played the first chapter. Grace to the All-Mother. Backseat Studio says, Hecky Grace. Hi, Joe Shabadoo. Good to see you.
Hecky Elmo.
There was
Hair to hair.
something else in here. I swear I saw another one. Yes, Rosemary the Farmer says, Freddie also got 1,000 times resist during the Steam sale, and we can't wait to get into it. Well, I hope you guys enjoy it very much. But that is awesome to hear because, yes, Stu and I have been trumpeting 1,000 times resist for weeks now. And
And Mom Brain.
And Mom Brain, I apologize. And
Thank
Mom
you,
Brain.
Mr. Hill.
And just this week, there's a great story about it. And I'm going to bring it up because I posted something last night.
That was a really great story.
It's not a top story because, it's a top story for me, but it's not a top story. 1,000 times resist launched in May, and just this week, January 1st, 2025, 1,000 times resist saw its biggest day of sales ever. So that is bigger than launch day, which that hardly ever happens unless there's something. Thank you, Adam. Something's happening. So to beat your launch day sales, that's pretty awesome.
Why did that happen?
Well, over on Polygon, they interviewed one of the members of Sunset Visitor, Remy Siu. I hope I'm saying Siu right, but Remy Siu, that's who I have the honor of talking to on social media. They talk to them to find out what's going on, and they don't have a definitive answer, but they have a whole bunch of things that they think led to it. First thing, they were saying that they noticed a lot more attention on the game when it didn't get nominated for the Game Awards. Yes?
I know why. Balatro. Okay. Come on.
Oh, maybe.
Balatro was a big hit. They did a crossover thing.
That got you to play
Bingo.
you and me to play Balatro. So.
Bing bang boom.
Well, that's great, and they do mention that, but I'm gonna believe what the developer says a little more, but I'm not saying you're not wrong.
He said bing bang boom.
So
Star
they
Wars.
said they noticed a shift in the momentum when the game wasn't nominated at the Game Awards, because they said people came out of the woodwork to share their frustration about it not being nominated and start spreading the word on it. And they're like, oh, people, word of mouth is happening here. They also said their move over to Blue Sky did a lot for them, because they were, I'm pretty sure it was them. They were on Twitter and they were like, guys, we're on Twitter because we got to be on Twitter. We don't want to be on Twitter. We're on Blue Sky. If you come follow us on Blue Sky, then we can shift more over to Blue Sky. And they got a decent amount of followers on Blue Sky. I just followed them there yesterday. So they say that has worked out really well for them. They say various Steam deals have worked.
So
Deals
what's Twitter?
have worked. X. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
The Steam deals have worked out for them. They said there are giveaways that they did that worked out well. And they said collaborations with games like Balatro did a lot for them. They said, obviously, the most important part is the word of mouth, the outlets that were talking about it, the people who are just fans in general that have been out to spread the word. So, as Deux said, for I've talked passionately about 1,000 Times Resist for months now. Deux and Mom Brain joined in as well. And I only picked up Balatro because of the 1,000 Times Resist collaboration, because I knew Balatro was a good game. I had heard great things about it. Now we know Josh is a fan as well. But when they did that collaboration, I was like, yes, now is the time. I will spend my money to support Balatro, which doesn't need the support, but I want to put my stamp in now and be like, if they go look at, like trends of who's selling what and what day and how much it's moved, I want like mine to count for the day that collaboration came out. So, and it was the third collaboration. There's 2 other DLC collaborations they've done with a whole bunch of other games, but so happy to see that. But yeah, it all led to January 1st being their biggest day of sales in general. So that's awesome. And they wanted to make a point to say that sales have been steady. They're not sharing exact sales figures. We know that it sold like 25,000 months ago. I don't know where it is now, but considerably more if it beat its first day sales. And Remy said, quote, I hope word of mouth continues to allow more people to discover the game. I think there's enough evidence now that it's really working. It's allowing us to make more games in the future. So we're doing it, people.
It's working.
It's happening.
Yeah.
It's happening. So,
Nicky, maybe if you get some time this year, that could be it's in your library. That could be your next venture.
I like-
I don't like to
venture.
play games. I just like to buy them.
I like the approach of giving them the whole year. That was very, very good.
I didn't mean to come out like that. It meant to be more like a fresh start, new year, play something new. But instead, maybe it was better that it's like, hey, you got 365
whole year.
days.
Well, not anymore. It's less than that now, right? It's like
There's
360.
the Nicky Hill answer. That's
361
right.
now.
Yes, you have 360 plus days.
I don't know if I have the time.
Stop doing those damn Lego.
It'll change your
and
life,
you'll
man.
have time. So yes, awesome to see that. Very happy to share that news. Congratulations to Sunset Visitor. You know what? I'm not going to say anything else, but I am going to reach out. I'm going to reach out. I can say this because it's just me talking out my ass. I'm going to reach out to them. I'm sure they've already thought of this, so it's not going to be anything new to them, but still, I feel like it's worth saying. I'm going to reach out to them and be like, you guys, you should probably put this game on Switch too, because brand new system, people are hungry for games. Having it there at launch will get you attention, because I really think they should be there as close to launch as they can be. I don't see a reason not to put it there. Obviously there's reasons like time, money, manpower, all that stuff. But, if those aren't issues and they can figure out a way to set all that stuff up, then yeah, I think if they could get 1,000 Times Resist on the Switch 2 within its first year, I think that'd be stellar, because that was a major boon for a whole bunch of games with the Switch. So, man, that would be awesome. So I'm gonna reach out to them and share that. But I haven't heard anything about a port happening or whatever. So don't hold off. If you've been thinking about getting the damn game, then get it. And if you still need more convincing, you can go read my review, or I don't know, talk to me on social media, or reach out to Mom Brain on Discord, or whatever. I don't know. Like the amount of praise that's there for the game is insane. The amount of reviews for the game that are extremely positive on Steam is like 97% or 98%. So it's not a fluke of like, I like this game and nobody else does. Like the people who are playing this game are thinking it's something special. So great to see it getting a great start at the beginning of the new year. And I hope that only more sales are ahead of them. Oh yeah, that's it. Yes, what? You shot a look across the table. I better go to the Discord.
No,
I see it. Highly unlikely says Nicholas Mountain. I'm glad you're here.
That's not why.
That was it. That was it.
Got him. Hi, highly unlikely.
I'm
Good
happy to see you too. I'm glad that you are here.
All right, that's that. Now let's go over to Patreon. Mom Brain,
For $1.
did you know? Mom Brain, for $1, did you know that you can join the GoNintendo Patreon?
Yes.
No.
We should clip that and do that one from now on. Have it just hit the button for you saying for $1.
Then you don't have to pay.
You
You
gotta give us the real deal
don't
one
have to pay the
For
royalties.
for $1. And if you pay $1, you get to see my ramblings every single day. And there was something special this week. What did I talk about this week? I talked about Squid Game because the new Squid Game season came out. Netflix said like it debuted at #1 in all 96 countries that Netflix is in. So it was #1 right off the bat. And like
69.
crazy. Definitely 96 dudes. So yeah, it was a huge debut for them. I loved the first season. I was very excited to watch this season. I was one episode further than I thought to, so I finished it
Oh,
last night. I
Wow,
finished this
good
season.
for you.
Good for you.
And
you
you're
liked
2
it.
episodes in.
Yes, I just finished episode 2.
Did they really announce that there is already a season 3 that's going to release this year, or was that?
That was found out by fans, and then like a couple days later, Netflix confirmed it. Yes, they
Yeah, I
said it is
mean,
2020. I believe it's
they're-
summer
They're
2025.
gonna
but
keep going with this for as long as it keeps making them wheelbarrows full of money.
My understanding is the 3rd is the end. I could be wrong, but my understanding is
Then
like
they'll go to
seasons 2
spin-offs.
and 3. Well, yeah. Well, they did their real life spin-off of
Yeah,
Squid Game.
Mr. Beast?
No, not him, not him. Like Netflix did an actual Squid Game reality show that I watched, and I enjoyed that as well. So many people died.
Jeez.
But yeah,
but they like we say they're all poor people, so it's all right.
it's fine. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's fine. Yeah, I liked the reality show. And yes, I know there was a whole bunch of pushback on like making this a reality show defeats the whole purpose of the show. Yeah. I get it. I get it. Like people that are watching it, I think
Well, I'm sorry,
understand that.
the real Squid Game reality show, right?
Yes.
Not the Mr. Beast one.
That is correct. Which yes,
I think they are doing a second season of that. Did you
they
see that
are.
already?
Yeah. My cousin signed up for it.
Yeah, but they're not doing it in America. They're making it in another.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Why? How come?
So they don't have to pay.
America's got a problem with people dying.
So they don't have no. So they don't have to pay.
It's gonna be
people
done in
America
international waters.
the
I think.
rates. They
Ah.
can they can pay it. They
Cayman
can make it for
Islands.
much cheaper. In other places, they don't have to worry. I would assume it would have been a union job, but I don't know.
They have to do it in international waters because of the squids.
There you
Yes.
have it.
That's a great point. Spoiler alert. Second season, still no squids in this game.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
I don't get
Now
it
I
either.
know. I
So
don't need
yeah,
to
I
watch it.
I talked about the show being back and my thoughts on the first episode. But now I finished the season. I'm not going to share spoilers. I'll probably write something about it next week. I just didn't want to like do 2 right in a row. But yeah, I really liked the debut of this season. I thought it had interesting hooks right off the bat, and I like what this season explores a lot because it's more than just like here's the game again and everybody plays the game. There's like a whole other side you get to see about, and then like a tertiary story as well. So I really liked it.
Sorry, about butts. Is that tertiary?
Tertiary, yes.
I thought it was a tushiary.
Yeah, that's what I
Um,
thought. But tertiary sounds
That's even better.
juicier.
Yeah. Mm.
I talked about New Year's. And well, I wish everybody happy New Year's, but I also talked about New Year's gaming resolutions, and you people shared some of your gaming resolutions for the new year.
1080.
Is it all going to be wordplay like this today? 1080 resolution?
I mean, you're talking gaming resolution. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to think it means?
All right,
You're giving
fair
them nothing
point,
to work
fair
with here.
point. So I'll ask the table. Any New Year's gaming resolutions for anyone? Nicky Hill, one for you, maybe?
480p.
720.
Hmm.
To maybe complete a game. or
Hey,
something.
that's a great one.
That's a
great
really good one.
We like it.
Yeah.
Lube, Mombrain, anybody? If you don't have
I
one, it's
didn't
fine.
make one, but I mean, I guess I
To
should
get a PS5
try to
that
play
works.
more different games.
Oh,
Well, Civ 7 is coming out this year, right?
That is different.
And then I won't be playing anything else after
Mm,
that.
That's
But it
February,
is a
so
different
he doesn't
game.
have a lot of time.
That's
It's right around the corner. I think it's
You
February.
should
Did you
play
get your
1,000
review
times
copy?
resist.
No, I will tell you definitely. Probably.
Right.
I would guess maybe like 3 weeks out. Probably. I could go back in my email and see when they sent the
no
last one.
problem. After the show.
What were you saying?
Lube can play 1,000 times resist.
I mean,
is it on
this
the-
isn't about giving.
You know
other
what's
Is
on
it
people
on the Game
resolutions.
Pass?
You know it's on a Switch, Lube?
No, it's not even on Xbox.
I don't know if you played the
It's on
second
PC
one,
or Switch.
but No More Heroes 3.
Oh.
I think No More Heroes 2 is also on the
Oh.
Switch if you wanted to play that,
All
get
of
caught
the
up.
Heroes games are on Switch. It's true.
including
1, 2,
Travis Strikes
Travis
Back.
Strikes Again, and 3.
Strikes
yes.
Back again.
TSA.
Strikes again back.
Strikes
back
again.
again.
Yes.
Mhm.
So I talked about that, and you guys had some good ones. I also talked about the reveal
Wait,
trailer.
did you have one? Did you
I
say?
asked if they had them, but
I didn't get a chance to say, but thank you for going back. I was
I
going to
thought you didn't
say
have one. I apologize.
no, it's okay. I was
course he
going to
has
say to play and hopefully beat Super Mario Land on
Hey.
a Game Boy.
Well,
On a live feed?
oh my,
Maybe
part of the
perhaps.
resolution?
not a live feed.
Why not?
No,
Why not?
because I'm not doing it. You want to do a live feed? Set it up. I'm not doing a live.
I don't know.
Feed. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, then not.
That relates to Patreon as well, actually. And I'll get to that in a second. I also wrote about
Mom Brain?
your
Resolutions?
Gaming resolutions?
Yes. And we're not talking about like 1080, 720.
Oh, thanks for clarifying.
Yeah.
Um,
240
Goals for the new year.
I don't really have any except that I would like to maybe just play play more games. I didn't really play
That's a
any
good one.
a whole lot
Maybe
of things.
Stray
So.
is
Busy.
on your list.
You know what?
For the year,
You were
perhaps.
busy with school, so
I'm a learned woman now.
you could go to Echoes
Actually,
of
I'm
Wisdom.
technically not yet a learned woman. They have to confer, like go through all my stuff and confer my degree.
Fake
And there's
learned woman.
there's like a part when you look at my transcripts that says it's not met, but I met it. Like I did what it
you
says I
doesn't
didn't
count
do.
until you pay us all the money.
You've
You
Well,
had
they've been
this-
paid.
You've had this stuff happen to you before.
Yeah, but I'm like, great. I gotta just sit here
like-
and wait.
Like
about-
you
Grease
said,
the wheels.
Stray is a great one.
Yeah, Stray is
Echoes of
definitely.
What about
Wisdom.
this is the year you finally find Pedro Pascal in Merge Mansion?
Oh my god.
I don't know that anybody's ever done that.
I almost bought for our kitchen calendar a Pedro Pass calendar,
Go ahead.
but I think that's maybe more for like
Oh man,
my personal calendar.
If you have a name
That's
like
for
that,
Mom Brain's
you
bathroom.
have to go with a calendar and call it that, right?
right? It's
Like
fantastic.
what a gift! Like your family, the Lord, whoever gave you a gift, you go with it. You make that
The
calendar.
Lord gave
That's
us Pedro Pascal.
Well, no,
Oh, Hobbit
Lord gave-
Crossing, according to Highly Unlikely 64.
Pedro Pascal is that last name, so he
Hobbit
can
Crossing time?
have a pass calendar.
Oh, you're not going to play that game, are you?
I don't know.
You two both didn't seem all that interested in it.
Yeah, it just seemed like it was
Because
it's
it's
like-
one of those timed games like that.
No, it's like Animal Crossing. It's the same,
Right.
except it's both of you talked about it.
Yeah, I think probably just having looked at it was like, well, what am I going to do here that's
Eat potatoes.
oh, well.
Potatoes.
I thought it was like that Springfield game where you just make a town and you like after an hour of playing you can't play until like the next day or whatever.
It's a regular game like Animal Crossing.
Oh,
or
okay.
something like that.
Hmm.
Stardew Valley.
Did you
one of those.
know that Burger King had like a game to play
Yeah, they had 3.
where you had like a town?
There
No,
was
no, no,
Sweet
no.
King.
This
I own
past,
them, yeah.
no, this past season. I don't know if it's still available to play, but like it's another like you build a town or whatever. And they also had merch drops every Saturday during this past holiday season.
Yeah.
They had
I
a
did not know
beanie that
Oh,
was sesame seed bun.
yeah.
There was
Oh.
like
Sold out
yeah, if you were like a
immediately.
BK Gold rewards member or whatever, you were eligible for all these extra rewards.
I am a
and
BK
Man,
member,
stuff.
but just the free one. I'm
gotta
not,
get-
I'm
gotta
not
get
a gold
gold,
member.
fool.
There's so much
we
great
haven't
merch
eaten
out
there
there.
in so long. I
Yeah.
want to. I like Burger King, but now I'm not eating meat anymore. So what am I gonna get?
It's
Chicken
not real
French.
meat.
French fries.
Oh, wait,
Right,
chicken's
you
a
make
meat
a good
too.
point. You make a great point.
They
It's
have
not
the
real meat.
Impossible Whopper,
They have, but I don't like
which
burgers.
is probably
but they
more
do
real
have
meat than the actual
Chicken
Whopper.
fries. I don't think they're real meat.
They do have mozzarella sticks.
They do.
Mozzarella fries, and I like those. They have some kind of
I
new
think
dessert.
they have some
that
sort
I
of dessert
wanted.
fry
Yeah.
too now, right?
Yeah, churro.
They're really going
Fries,
into
I
the
think?
they're going into the fry world.
Let's go to Burger King. So I also talked about your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, the new cartoon coming out on Disney Plus at the end of the month. We've known about it for a long time, but we finally got to see a trailer. It looks awesome. It's done by the X-Men 97 people. What more could you want? So I'm very pumped for that. And then the last thing you said, playing what'd you say, Super Mario Land?
Yes.
Yes. That would need to be recorded by me. And this week I recorded a new gameplay video, which I haven't done in a long time, because I was checking out what I could do. And what I should do is buy like new recording stuff, because mine is, Jesus, probably easily over 10 years old. It's got to be 15 years old. I should get something new, but I wanted to see if I could just record something on my laptop and not have it screw up. And I was like, let's see if I can record something on Steam. And apparently Steam has a new built-in video recorder. So I took a few minutes to just try and cobble that together, and I got it to work. So I did a video of me playing Barbuda, which is the first game in UFO 50. Which I really liked, and I spent a lot of time with when I first started Barbuda, or when I first started UFO 50, but then I was trying the other games. So I did like a half-hour video of Barbuda where I run through Barbuda. Do I beat it? Do I die? You'll have to watch to find out. But
Barbuda is one of the places the Beach Boys sing in Kokomo, right?
Oh, that's right.
it's my favorite. I always thought, well, I don't go to Kokomo, go to Barbuda. It sounds beautiful. Name of Austin is also a huge fan of Barbuda. He just, I don't know. Can I say? I don't know what I'm allowed to say. He sent me a picture on it, but he's a big fan of Barbuda. And I keep telling him to do a Barbuda video.
Man, that's fun to say, Barbuda.
It's a great name. And it's related to some kind of medieval helmet. It's not exactly right, but
A Roman helmet?
no. A bar boot is a visionless war helmet.
Visionless?
Look, if I gotta go
I'm
into war,
sorry. I apologize. That would be terrible. Visorless.
I don't know. I
Visorless.
might want to just be like, look, this isn't gonna go well. I don't
I'm
want
Good
to
news,
see
bad
it.
news. We got something to protect your
I'm
head.
just gonna walk forward doing this, and if you get killed, it's your own fault.
Here you go.
There you go.
The bar boot, or there's no accent or anything, so the bar boot or the bar boot. So it's because the guy in the game wears a helmet that looks like this, but it's called also termed a barbuda. It's right there. That's what it is, which is Italian and it literally means
Helmet.
Nicky,
Head can.
I don't know.
bearded.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Possibly because the beard of a wearer would be visible. That's what Wikipedia says. I don't know. But barbuda, there you go. It's a helmet, people. Not a Roman helmet. Sorry, Mom Brain. But yeah, I played that in a video for a half hour. I just used a microphone that was built into the laptop because it was literally just a test to see if I could get everything working. So there's some times where the microphone cuts out a little bit, but it's not horrendous, and it's only for Patreon members. It's not on YouTube. You can find it on YouTube. If somebody downloads it from Patreon and uploads it to YouTube, I don't give a crap. Go ahead. But if you want to see it, it's just me talking while playing Barbuda, and it's a half hour of it, and I hope you enjoy. People seem to enjoy because they say they love the noises that I make when I play games. And Deux and Nicky Hill Deux and Lube will vouch for me. Those noises aren't me putting on a show for the game I'm recording. Those noises are legit what I make when I play games.
Yeah,
I can vouch
Yeah.
for sure.
You hear me making those noises all the time. And
Yeah.
I make them outside of games as well. But when I'm playing games, I make a lot of noises. I am feeling what
are
the character feels.
just noisy in general. You're a noisy person.
Positive, right?
Yeah, no, I mean,
Schrock.
you're noisy.
I admit it. I know. So I know. So you can go to Patreon, spend $1, and watch that video. I will be doing more videos. One of my New Year's resolutions was to make at least one video a month. And look, January's video is already done. I'll probably do one this coming week as well with a different mic
Then
setup.
you won't have to do one in February.
You know, do you? That's right. There you go. I'll do all of them this month and then nothing for the rest of the year. Do you have to go home after today's podcast?
I don't have to.
Woo!
I'll do what I want.
I'm just throwing the idea out there. I'm not saying we're doing it.
Mickey's night?
Definitely not doing that. Maybe we could do a UFO 50 video today together, and I'll just throw out a mic on a table or something, and we could just play or whatever.
That'd be fun.
Yeah,
You should
I'm
play
down.
it.
I know
you,
you,
should,
like UFO 50.
You should play it on the little TV because it's got like that vibe. The little.
Oh, my little
Yeah,
thing? Oh
yeah.
my god, that would be great. You know what's really funny?
You could like bring it right in here, probably.
Mom Brain, I'm showing you inside information. Name of Austin sent me that. How funny is it that
Wow.
right? Go to Name of Austin's Blue Sky profile, and you can see a picture of him playing. Well, you know what? Let me just go tell you.
Okay.
Let me just go to it and tell you. I'm following him. He took a picture on Blue Sky of him playing Black Ops 6 on a 19-inch tube TV. He got that set up with like scan lines and everything. So that it's maybe he's doing a video. I don't know, but yes, I have that old school tube TV that I found while I was out on one of my walks, and I love that thing. But yes, if we were all, I mean, we'd have to sit close together for the mic, and that TV will make you sit very close together. So who knows? Who knows? But how about this? In general, I think we should just play some UFO 50, whether we record it or not. Whatever,
I don't know what it is, but I'll do whatever.
It's good.
It's good stuff. We could let you
We'll go find a
snip around
Burger
for it.
King and then
Look at that Widow Pippin. Oh, look at so cute.
My brain's been distracted by a cat in the chat.
It is a cute cat.
That's Pippin.
It's a cute cat.
Oh, that is cute. Very
It's got
cute.
nice bunny feet.
So there's your Patreon. Oh, thank you. I Stillbert watched the video, and now we know. Yes, in the video, one of the items you collect in Barbuda is trash. I kept wondering what the trash did, and apparently it doesn't do anything. So, Granimus, hello, and that cat is gorgeous as well.
But the poor thing had to get vaccines, and so it's very sleepy.
That's hey, I've been there. Oh my God, Radical Teeth! Look at these cats. Hello, Outlaws. It's cat chat, people. If you're not in the Discord, get in the Discord. All right, everybody. Thanks for all that. I want you. God, who was talking to me about it? Who was talking about wrestling? Rosemary the Farmer.
Yeah.
I want you to know that's still on my mind, and I'm going to be thinking about it the entire show. But the show, I promise, after show I'll do something. But the show must go on. We did that. All right, let's do news. Mom Brain, if you please. Finally. What do we got this week? As you know, we're just coming into the new year, so things are rather quiet. Next week, we should get back to normal because CES is on the 7th. And there will be some game stuff coming out of there. But, everybody's back to work mostly the next week. So it should be back to usual for stories and all that jazz. Remember I said I heard a rumor of Nintendo doing something on the 8th. I don't know if that's actually going to happen or not. I haven't gotten confirmation from anybody that I would consider pushing it even harder to you guys. But that's just was floating around in the ether. The only thing we know for a fact is sometime before March ends, Nintendo will show us a Switch successor, which we believe to be called Switch 2. But so at most we will have to wait 3 months, but I guarantee we will wait less than that. So big news is coming. Well, we got our rumors on the Switch successor, which I will call Switch 2 from now on because I've seen enough to believe it's called Switch 2. So back in when was this? I'd have to go to the damn edit and I don't have it. This was earlier in this was a long time ago. This was a real long time ago. We heard that NVidia and Nintendo were going to work together on a technology that would basically for a chip that would be in the Switch successor, and it would have like technology that basically gave Switch better graphics, blah blah blah.
Blast
processing is what they were calling it. But now, 2+ years after that rumor came out, we have way more evidence of this actually happening and what it is and how it's going to be used. So it will be supposedly will be using NVIDIA's DLSS upscaling. That uses AI to offer higher resolutions than the data that's actually there. So that would allow you to get a game that looks better and takes up less space. So, for example, native 4K textures, they're like, let's say a native 4K texture is like 60 gigs, which is a lot, which is why, Call of Duty updates are humongous because it's gigs and gigs and gigs of data, and a lot of it's just related to textures. But if you take that same texture and it's only 1080p, that would be about 20 gigs. So that's a big difference there. This DLSS technology would upscale that 1080p version 4 times in real time. So basically, you would get what it amounts to a 4K image out of a 1080p source material. So that's great for gamers because it means the file space wouldn't need to be as big. You don't need as much storage. And the game itself wouldn't take up as much storage. And you would get a better looking image overall. Now, would it be actual native 4K? No, it wouldn't. But to the naked eye, it would get pretty darn close. And we're just talking about artwork upscaling, like, pixel art upscaling or whatever artwork is being done by an actual artist being upscaled to a higher resolution. So if this is in the Switch 2, that is a pretty great thing all around. And that's kind of how you want to see AI used. If you worry about AI creating art and taking the artist out of it, this would not be that case. This would be an artist making a source image and then a computer enhancing it for a higher resolution. So I don't have any issue with that because the artist is still doing their artwork. So, and again, it can be done quickly on the fly and take up less of your space and the game space. So if this is actually in there, that would be great. Since, you know what? Let me see.
Wow.
What a hole. I'm going to see if, yes, okay. Sokar says, I don't think Nintendo would go ahead for 4K. 1080p is still a fine resolution for a lot of us. Nintendo is very slow to adopt to that kind of stuff, but I do think at this point we're at the time where Nintendo would go above 1080p at least when it comes to being docked on the TV. Maybe handheld, they'll still have like a solid 1080p and leave that as the highest resolution that it needs to be. There's an argument for and against that. Sure, I don't care. I'm sure some people would be upset about that, but a solid 1080p that doesn't dynamically scale would be better than what we have on a Switch now, which is 720p dynamic scaling. And there's games that go as low as 420 or 460 or something like that. So
a while ago with the AI talk, didn't somebody in Nintendo say something about like, well, we don't want to use AI for assets and stuff, but we see other ways that we can utilize AI?
They were saying they didn't want AI to take. They don't have any interest in like AI creating,
content.
Content, yeah.
But there's other ways to utilize it.
Yes, yes. So obviously, all tech companies are going to use AI in some way.
Does that mean it can continuously improve as well over time, or no? I mean, it's finite because it's just hardware.
Chip is capable of it, but the chip can't.
There's no memory inside.
Infinitely get better. Yeah, you'd need a more powerful chip to crunch the numbers and do it on the fly. So there's going to be a limit to what it could do. But there will be chips that do the same thing this does, but better as the years go on. Yeah. And eventually, I would admit, like you're going to hit a limit. Like you don't need like
will we
a 64K resolution because to the naked eye, well, unless like for like maps and stuff where you could be literally sky high and zoom all the way in and have a crystal clear resolution of whatever you're looking at. But, that's not really going to have many applications in the game world. All this stuff has a limit. You can only go so far as what you can see with the naked eye.
Sky's the limit.
Sky's the limit. Price is the limit. Want to hear more about Switch 2? Well,
Yes.
Oh, we do. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
this week at CES, the accessory manufacturer Genki is going to talk about Switch 2. Genki has made
Man,
stuff.
they are just they're nobody's holding back.
I know.
They're just like, hey, Nintendo, whatever,
You can't stop us.
whatevs.
Well, yeah, because these accessory manufacturers don't have like a direct NDA signed with Nintendo. Some of them do, like I'm sure PDP does, and I'm trying to think of other like 8-Bit Dough. I'm sure they do as
Pelican.
well. Yeah, Pelican. But like these guys
Mad
don't have a
Cats.
direct NDA with. There you go, Mad Cats too. All the heavy hitters. They don't have a direct NDA with Nintendo, so is Nintendo going to be happy that they're talking about this stuff? No, but legally Nintendo can't do anything. So Genki has made stuff for the Switch to great success, and they've done multiple crowdsourcing campaigns that have gone off very well for Switch products. And so it's no surprise they're doing stuff for the Switch 2 as well. They will be at CES, and they're hosting some sort of media briefing on the 7th. So that is Tuesday. And they said they're going to show off recent products that they've released, as well as what's next for them. And they say they will be, quote, happy to discuss any Switch 2 info, end quote, that they have. And that includes, quote, the stuff, end quote, that they're making for it. So they've confirmed they're making Switch 2 stuff. They're happy to talk about it when they're there. And I'm sure they'll show it too, because why not? So they won't have an actual Switch 2. There are things about the Switch 2 they don't know, but they know enough to make accessories for it, and that's what they're going to be showing off. So there will be Switch 2 news this week, whether Nintendo wants it or not. It's just going to be accessory
if they have
related.
like other accessories for like other add-ons or something, like a new
Well, that's
Link's
the thing.
crossbow training gun.
They'll have like stuff based on the specs that are
Peripherals.
out there, so they're still not going to know like what that mystery C button does on
What
the
if
system.
It's
they
C-Bushing.
have
Well, that's what we're
accessories
going to call it.
that fit on the inflatable horse riding peripheral?
They're going to finally capitalize on that idea Nintendo never did.
It's a saddle
Well, yeah, I
cover
mean,
to
I mean,
put on them.
Nintendo has the pony that they never did,
Well,
but
did they
they
never
could
do
go
it,
with.
though?
They could go with.
I hear everybody at Nintendo, that's how they get around the headquarters, by riding that pony.
We know that that's. Well, I guess it could be prototypes, sure, but
Are my spiders and flies giving you all this information before it comes
Sorry. Buzz buzz.
I would like to hear the news of Deux.
Oh, you'll hear them. Thank you very much.
Kerbo says at this point, developers will start releasing Switch 2 games before the system is even out, and that is fantastic. Why the hell not? Oh, by the way, thank you, and very much, I should say it like this, like a real person that works on the internet. Thank you so much for the engagement on social media and on GoNintendo. You guys have been, not surprisingly, lots of people are excited to talk about what's next for Nintendo. That's right. So, thank you for all your comments and social media stuff and all that. We've seen like a considerable uptick, but that's not to be whatever is the next word you say there. That's not unexpected, because Switch 2 is coming, and that's an exciting time, new hardware, and we'll see what happens.
It's not unexpected because we're awesome.
No, yeah, not like that, not like that.
Also humble, probably the most humble person you'll ever
Probably
meet
the most
in your
humble
life.
Nintendo news site there is. Yes, North America. What do we got this week? Let me tell you, it's a quiet week, not surprisingly, but there's actually something pretty big in there. North America this week. What do we got? We got E's memoir, The Oath in Felghana, that is available on the 7th. So the next E's title is out, and that's a big deal. Critical Strike Shooter, SWAT Rescue Missions.
Ooh.
Paint by Pixel 3.
Ooh.
Ooh, here's the big one.
Parking Tycoon Business Simulator.
Ooh.
Rivnar or Rivenar?
Ooh.
Rivnar's Grove is what it's called. And then finally, Titani Gods.
Ooh.
And that's all you got this week, my friend.
Titantic.
Steister says, as expected around this time of year, surely the European list will be just as short.
And sweet.
What are the next European masterpieces? Let's find out with Nicky's sweet releases.
Well, Steister, do we have a treat for you? The week of January 2nd, the year of our Lord 2025, Excuse me, Raw Me Cowboy.
Now say it in Roman numerals.
It happened.
Got to make that you make that mistake only once.
Oh God, yeah, I did. And you want to know what's really funny?
Did you
Look-
do it for America too?
No, look in the post. I wrote the number right in the post.
Oh, there you have it. There you have it. The year of our Lord 2025. We got there, everybody. We got there. I hope we get through it. Let's all get through it together. Anyway,
Actually, Nicky Hill, I don't know what you're talking about.
don't do that to me.
There's no mistake.
Don't
on
do.
that.
Oh, it's still on my page because it didn't update.
You better show
Don't do that to me.
camera.
Screenshot that.
That's hacked. That's hacked. I don't know what you're looking at. I mean, I could show them. I could show them my
don't you
phone.
dare.
It's right here.
Don't you dare do that to me. Anyway,
It says January.
want to get through this
2025.
year. Before we get through this year, I got to get through this list, and let's get through this year together by playing some of these games in Europe. Gonna travel to Europe to play these games. 2-in-1, Trash Punk and Sniper Hunter Scope.
Ooh.
Where'd you find that sniper scope? In the trash? I don't know. All-Star Supermarket Simulator.
Ooh.
Anime Girls Natty New Year.
Oh,
Next.
Backrooms Horror Escape.
Ooh.
This is a bold move, by the way. This next one.
Baseball.
Just baseball.
All right.
Just
Okay.
baseball. Not
Uh,
even do baseball.
Basketball Legends 24, but
Ooh.
they're late.
There's only 24 legends in the
Oh.
game.
I don't know, or it's the year of our Lord 24, in which case they're a little late on that release. But hey, Europe's
still be a
releases.
sweet
Well,
release.
No, well,
it took
it could have
the
come
whole
out
year
like
to
the end of
realize who the
last
Is
year.
it
legends would
2025
be.
in Europe?
I think they make the jump.
Not according to my posts.
Yeah.
Somebody record that noise.
Big Adventure 5-in-1 bundle,
Ooh.
Box Chaos,
Ooh.
Broken Reality.
Ooh.
Okay, thank you, Lube.
There's way too many
Uh,
of these for you to keep
Oh,
doing.
all right.
Buried Alive, Breathless
Ooh.
Rescue, Caring Critter Bundle,
Ooh.
Cat Meow Mart Supermarket Simulator. So if you don't want to be an
Whoa!
all-star,
Okay, all right.
if you don't want to be an all-star supermarket simulator, you can get to the Cat Meow Mart Simulator. There you go. Cities Hero Collection,
Ooh.
Cowboys vs Zombies,
Ooh.
Cute
Wow.
Puppy Academy,
Ooh.
Game Empire Tycoon Dealer Simulator.
Ooh.
Please hold your oohs to the end.
Oh,
I'm sorry, it's just Gunlocked.
Woo.
Thank you. Hidden Worlds Bundle.
Woo.
oh, this.
I love-
This says something. I thought it said I love fighting.
I love Finding 9-in-1 Bundle.
What do you like? I love finding.
I
I like to
Finding.
find.
I don't know how I feel about Finding. I love Finding. It's not the same. Okay.
Really starting to like find
I'm really starting to love Finding 9-in-1 Bundle. Learn and Play Gravity Spacewalk.
Learn to play.
Life or Reach.
You gotta
I'm-
pick one.
yeah, reach for what? Another life. I
A
don't
gun.
know. Woo.
Hey, sorry, it's right there.
Monoquos 2.
Ooh.
Never heard of Monoquos 1, but here we are. My Cozy Room.
That's
Ooh,
Mystery
cozy. Ooh.
Mystery Box 4-in-1 Bundle.
Ooh.
Paint by Pixel 3.
Oh, there
Pizza
we go.
Maker.
Pizza Maker.
Woo.
Robo Rescue.
Ooh.
Secret Modes Cozy Collection.
Ooh.
Sky Aces. World War II Air Combat.
Woo.
Smoots Summer Games 2. Good for Smoot.
Granimus, I just saw your gift. That's fantastic. Hello, Bocce. Good to see you.
Good for Smoot getting those summer games.
Hi,
the
Barry
sequel.
Bob. Hi, SD.
Snooker Fever.
Ooh.
Sudoku Classic 2.
Ooh.
The Legend of Cyber Cowboy.
Ooh.
The Thing remastered. So that's a
Ooh,
like
that-
a remastered re-release. What is
that's,
that? I don't.
It's
that
the Thing game
was a while
remastered.
ago.
Did we
yeah.
get that here though?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes,
Wow.
last week. Or no,
So
a couple
that's
weeks
a-
ago. Europe got it a couple weeks later.
That's
true.
it's a great game for the winter hours when winter weather.
Well, I don't.
If you
think-
have winter.
I mean, the movie's great, but we don't know if the game. I've heard the game is great.
I mean, if they're
game.
remastering it, it had to have done relatively well to re-release and remaster it, right?
No,
It's not a re-release.
anymore.
It's a remaster. So
But
they
it is it is. It's tough. I don't know what to tell you because this is the second time the same game has come out,
no.
but now it's higher resolution and other control
so
options.
maybe they're trying to push it more. I don't know.
Huh?
They're like trying to push it to like, if we spend this much more, maybe we'll sell that much
Well,
more.
that's what Night Dive does. They do a lot of remasters and revamps and stuff like that.
All right. The Avengers
Mm-hmm.
Infinity
You
Defense.
didn't wait.
So that's like Avengers.
Yes, you're right. It's like the Avengers.
Avengers. Tiny little farm plus milk seller.
Come on over, my little milk seller.
Traffic Master
By the way,
Collection.
that's a seller, like someone who sells, not a milk seller where you store milk.
Oh yeah, I read it, so I didn't. question it.
Exactly. Yeah. Tiny little farm plus milk seller.
Right.
How much is this farm? It's $100,000 plus you get the milk seller.
Milk doesn't age the same
A
way
root
as like.
cellar and a milk cellar.
I don't know. I heard raw milk's pretty big this year, so
But again,
Raw
it doesn't.
milk
It doesn't
Cowboy.
age like you have a wine cellar or something. Like it
I
ages
go
a
by
little differently.
RMC, so it could be raw milk, raw
Right.
milk cowboy,
Yeah.
or raw milk
Raw
seller.
Just want to get through this list. I'm sorry. Trench
Listen
shooter.
to this man. The man who goes through
Warfare-
European releases that take forever every week, and this time he's like, I just want to get through this list.
Well, I've never
Woo
gone
after
through the list
everything.
where I've gotten ood at every single one.
They
and
all
it's a little
sound like great
distracting.
games, okay? I
Can't
can't help
listen to
it.
But the best part is the list is going faster than usual because you don't like him wooing after. It takes longer when there's no woo. There's only 2 left.
There's only one left. I already said that one. You weren't listening.
Well, I'm sorry. In case you guys
Trench
didn't hear it.
shooter warfare
Trench
tactics
Woo!
and voice love on air.
I really thought you were gonna not do it for the last one. Nicky Hills, there a comment?
Steister has a comment. Says once again, Europe shows America how it's done and blows our list out of the water. And who better to read it to us than our favorite Nicholas Mountain?
He
Well,
did
thank you,
it.
Steister.
He did.
Thank you,
First of the
Lube.
year.
Thank you, Raw Meat. Thank you,
you.
Mom
There you
Brain.
go.
Thank you, Do. Thank you, everyone at GoNintendo. And thank you, Lord, for making another year.
Wow.
The 2025th year of you.
We got a new rumor. Apparently, Nintendo's not interested in making a new Punch-Out game. And honestly, that's not very surprising.
Is it a rumor, though? Like, they haven't made one.
This comes from
It's
Kind of
pretty
Funny
clear,
Games
right?
host Imran Khan. And they said they shared some behind the scenes
Woo!
chatter they've heard.
No,
I will quote them. They say, quote, the story I was told, and bear in mind, this could just be the perspective of one person and no one else, was that there was significantly more backlash against the characters of the Wii version of Punch-Out than they expected. And this team spent a lot of time assuring Nintendo that they weren't leaning into bad stereotypes that would get called out this time. So everyone just kind of furrowed their brow and called it done, especially since other games from that team had much, much higher sales potential. I guess it's less, we can't do it without stereotypes, so let's not bother, and more a World Warriors problem where they can't fully cut from the past without people rioting. That and other games from the studio sell like 14 million copies more, so why bother? Yeah, Punch-Out has never been like a huge seller. Punch-Out on the Wii sold over 1 million copies, and there's, that's a success. Certainly, that's within line with their expectations, but Punch-Out is not a huge seller for Nintendo. It's it's like it's a boxing game, but it's not a boxing game, and it's a puzzle game, but it's not a puzzle game, and so but on top of all that, yes, the original Punch-Out and Super Punch-Out are very much tied to stereotypes. Punch-Out on the Wii broke from that to a degree, but some of the characters are still there, and while the stereotypes were cut back on significantly, they're still there. Like there's French characters that got French bread flying out of them when they get punched and stuff like
That's
that.
funny.
So yeah, obviously Nintendo.
Their clothes are different from my clothes.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. So like that was decades ago. So Nintendo now would be like, yeah, why would we court that kind of attention when the games aren't even selling, all that much anyway? So let's just put it on ice for now. Plus, we don't want to just make a new Punch-Out where it's a bunch of characters that aren't tied to the franchise, and what do we do with them anymore? Like, what do you do? So they're just like, it's not worth the trouble.
They also have another boxing game that didn't rely, like, not that it relied, but it didn't include all the stereotypes, and they're not doing a sequel of that either, right? ARMS?
No, there's no rumors of them not doing a sequel to ARMS. It's
but they haven't done anything with it. I'm just saying, like,
yes, they have not.
I don't need a rumor. Maybe they'll do something in the future, but they've had 7 years and they haven't done anything. They haven't mentioned anything. They used to do tournaments. Do they still do tournaments?
Not for ARMS, no. This is a Nicky Hill
just
thing.
saying.
I'm not.
They don't need,
but
all I'm saying is they don't need to go back to Punch Out if they want to do another boxing game.
They don't want to.
Yeah, but Punch Out and ARMS are completely different. Yes, you punch each other in both games,
it's still like a puzzle
arcade.
They're completely different types of games. Yeah.
There's still like a puzzle element with like the not the ticks, but like
there's
the
a
towels
rock
and
paper
everything.
scissors element to ARMS, and there's a watch the patterns element.
I thought there was a
Punch
pattern
Out.
to ARMS. It was still like boxing. It's not like a.
I would argue they're completely different.
I don't know. I would.
Yeah, Punch Out is
argue,
like
I
watch the
haven't played
guy. And yeah, I know, and that's fine for you to argue that. I just want to say one side is someone who's an insider who is saying they've obviously talked to one of the members of Next Level Games, and they said, here's why there's not a new Punch Out. And the other one is just you saying they haven't made an ARMS sequel in 7 years, so they're not going to do it. I want to differentiate between the two. I'm not saying you're wrong. I disagree with what you're saying, but I'm saying one of them is this guy who's got an inside source, and one of you is just saying
they
haven't done it yet, so it's not happening.
This came up because somebody asked. Otherwise, they wouldn't be talking about it. It wouldn't be mentioned. No one's just coming out and being like, "Hey guys, by the way, we're not doing another Punch Out." They were just leaving it at the Wii one was the last one, basically, right?
For now. But again, this is all rumor. It comes from a source who's very trusted, yes. And this could always change down the road. And we've seen stranger things happen at Nintendo where franchises go much longer without a sequel and then get a sequel, or don't get localized and then get localized decades later. So
I didn't really feel like the Punch Out, the Wii one, was like a long-awaited sequel. It was just like a fun.
I thought it was
new
fun.
version of it. You know what I mean? It was hey, it was more of a surprise. It wasn't like, hey, we haven't seen a new Punch Out since Super Nintendo.
Diehard Nintendo fans were, but yes, the bigger picture, no. And then to fly in the face.
Were you ever worried? Like, were you ever not worried, but thinking like Nintendo 64? How come we haven't had Punch Out? GameCube. How come we don't get a Punch Out on this GameCube?
I think about that with every system. Doesn't get like every Nintendo franchise. Yeah, like I'm like, why haven't we seen a new Mole Mania?
However,
where is Star
now
Tropics?
They have an opportunity for a.
I've been waiting 40 years.
They have an opportunity for like a Jake Paul's Punch Out, though, right? I mean, they're really.
I literally have that written down from the Spiders and Flies. Unbelievable. Do you want to do the views?
But that's fake. Like we know you never have a true.
I never do. I never did.
But we know they're not going to. I'm saying they're missing that opportunity.
Next,
I don't know that they would pivot to him, and I don't know that Nintendo is looking to associate Punch Out with another celebrity.
Where every boxing match is predetermined already by writers, and then you just get money for throwing.
Are you talking about Jake Paul or Logan Paul?
Whatever one just fought Mike Tyson.
Because one is a boxer and one is a wrestler. One is predetermined. And
who fought Mike Tyson?
Jake Paul.
Is that what I said?
I don't.
Was Jake Paul?
I got to keep track of you too.
What you said, I believe.
Well, you went down the whole predetermined thing, so
that's what everyone was saying with Mike Tyson. They were like, "Oh, we know it. No one's gonna win."
So your joke wasn't about WWE and his brother.
It was about the
boxing match.
It was about the boxing brother.
Okay. Just throw.
I kind of thought that was, a more Punch Out related than.
Well, you said the whole predetermined thing, and I thought wrestling and his brother,
which is what they were saying about the match, the boxing match.
Why don't you ask George?
Well, were they saying it because, first things first, who thinks Mike Tyson is going to beat anybody that's 40 years younger? Like, it's ridiculous. The man's old.
Did you see the way he punched Ed Helms?
The way he bit his gloves all the time because he was hungry, man. So yeah, rumor is
he had to
no
cut
new
weight, so he wasn't eating.
What was that, George?
Why don't you ask George?
George, you have some insight on the Tyson Paul fight?
Yeah, George, you have any insight since you've been saying everything today?
He didn't eat enough limes. He would have beat Logan Paul if Mike Tyson ate more limes.
Is that a training regimen? I didn't know that.
It is my training regimen. I could take both of them at the same time.
I believe Lil Mac used gloves that were lime colored, and that's why he wins.
I beat both of them at the same time while still
At
holding
the same line?
and
Oh.
not even drop a lime.
Wow! Holy crap!
Those are big words.
Bring
George is going bold in
Bring it,
2025.
fellas.
Wow! All right, there you go. The gauntlet has been thrown down, but not the limes.
And George will never have scurvy.
That's also true. Me Real says makes sense. Sad, but I get it. At least we have Punch Out Wii, which is phenomenal. The original and the Super Nintendo sequel are also stellar. I revisit all these games from time to time. Yep, only 3 installments. I guess we should be happy with what we got. As a Nintendo fan and a Punch Out fan, I would love another installment because I think those games are great. There are third-party titles that do exactly the same thing. So if you're hankering for a Punch Out-esque experience, they are out
With
there.
the stereotypes, though.
I don't. One may lean into some kind of stereotypes. One definitely does not.
No, sad.
So there are Punch Out kinds of experiences out there, and there's a new game coming out that blends like Punch Out and RPGs together too. So there's it lives on. It
All the
lives on.
people who like
From
to
Nintendo?
hug bears
No,
out there in the world are upset with the stereotyping.
That's right.
Of
That's
bear
right.
hugging.
Not enough bear hugging games. There's dumpster bear games, but no bear.
What if
hugging
that?
games.
What if that was it? If it was Little Mac goes up against all animals of the wild.
Little Mac versus the Little Gentleman.
Little Mac versus the
That's
Big Mac.
horrible. I
Little
don't even wanna
gentleman's a
imagine
lover,
that.
not a fighter.
That's right. That's right. He'd be in Lil Mac's corner. He wouldn't be fighting.
Whoa! Why did
With
they?
some marmalade.
That was a tie-in that McDonald's really missed on. Huh? Missed on
They really
the
missed
Little
on
Mac,
it.
the Little Mac,
Big Mac.
Big Mac situation.
It's true.
Nothing. Yeah, nothing to bring people in like the Little Mac, where you get a Big Mac that's tiny.
No, it like a whole thing
mean, I
where
think
like
they've been
Little
doing
Mac
that
takes on
already,
the Big
just
Mac,
not,
and he's gonna.
So how? What
advertised.
would be the Little Mac Big Mac?
I'm talking about a boxing match where like he's in the ring with a Big Mac.
Oh, with the burglar, the Hamburglar.
I
He
you
just
know,
goes by burglar now. He's branched. He's branched out.
I'm gonna be
He
honest.
got really tired of stealing just hamburgers and went to
vegan.
stealing in general.
His cholesterol was
I'm,
high.
You gotta
Made
be
some
honest.
changes.
I didn't think this through. I've got nothing else to say.
Okay.
Just but Little Mac, Big Mac. Let's workshop it. We got something there.
No, you workshop. You get back to us next week and you tell us what the Little Mac Big Mac is.
I'm not gonna be here next week.
Well, we can wait. We can wait. The more time in between episodes, the more you got.
See you
to,
next year, everybody.
to workshop it. Our last top story comes from Switch to Motherboard pictures that surfaced. We are getting everything about the system other than Nintendo sharing it themselves. So supposed pictures of the motherboard have leaked, and all the inside sources say they look good. They look good to me. It looks like the Switch 2. Who knows? And then we had a breakdown of what's in there if you really want to get into the extra like fine details. It's a whole bunch of stuff that's not going to mean anything to anybody. But the main chip is the NVIDIA chip that we talked about earlier in this episode. So that story checks out then. And the one thing I will say that goes beyond what, like I said, there's a whole bunch of details that are only going to be for like the very tech-minded people out there, but there's a subset of people who do know RAM and what RAM means as far as computers and technology goes. So in the Switch successor, according to this motherboard picture, there will be two 6 sticks of 12 gigs altogether. So 2 6-gig sticks, making for 12 gigs of RAM in the Switch successor, which is a considerable jump from the Switch's 4 gigs. So that's a big improvement there. Not unexpected. I'm sure there's people who would want more. It needs 16 gigs. I don't even know what's in PS. I'm sure it's more than 12, but let's do how much RAM PS5. 16 gigs. So this would be 12 gigs for the Switch.
Roll me,
So that's
Cowboy.
more
What does
than I thought.
RAM stand for?
Random access memory.
Wow. And what about ROM?
That's the one I did
Read-only
remember.
memory.
Yeah, I
That is
remembered
correct.
ROM, and I couldn't.
She's
remember RAM.
educated.
I'm a learned woman.
She's a learned woman.
When I
That's
was
what it
in
was.
like
That's what I meant.
6th grade, I did my science fair project on computers, and like my dad had like an old computer, and I was like, this is the motherboard, and I like labeled all the pieces. And little known fun fact, I was accused of cheating on that science fair
Because
Because
it was
project
there's no
too
way
right. It was
girls
too
could
good.
sew about computers.
by my 6th grade teacher, who was a male. And my mother had to go in. My mom was president of the PTA, like, my tiny little school. I'd been there my whole life, and like went into the principal and was like, listen, buddy. And I I
Her
was
daddy
apologized
did
to.
everything for her. Okay?
I had a whole, my parents bought me like a book on computers,
Hi,
and
Blood
I
Ocean.
like I actually enjoyed it. I think I remember enjoying that and being
Could
like,
you build a computer?
I probably could.
Next week's show, you're building a computer.
I could.
Yeah,
I have 100% confidence that I could
I
do
used
it.
to build them all the time. I
Yeah.
don't think I could.
I could do
maybe
it.
I could.
I could do
Maybe
it.
I could. I don't know. Vin Loria says model series BEE number, along with the alleged codename of ounces. Watch it be named a Nintendo Bounce or something like that. I saw a TikTok where somebody's like, I heard it's called the Switch 2, but it's got to be called the Super Nintendo Switch. That would be perfect. So I don't think they're doing that. But Switch 2 is what we hear. We'll find out soon.
Ounces and pounds, though. So it's like weight scale, switch scale. Tip the scales. I don't know. Pounds and ounces.
I'm trying to help you out here.
I get ounces and pounds are units of
or
measurement.
what they're really trying to say is you're just going to have to wait and see.
Where? So I got the ounces. Where did the pounds come from?
The
Ounces lead to
pound sign,
pounds.
pound sign. Or
Oh.
hashtag. Get your head out of the future.
Yeah, but he was just referencing the number in the
I
post
know.
above.
The number sign is also a pound sign.
Yes, that is true. Now here's the thing. This is a podcast, so people didn't know that.
So when you listen to this podcast, follow along on the website. It's
They're gonna-
all there for you.
If once you guys go to the post and read that there are hashtags or number signs in the comment from Vin Loria, then Nicky Hill's joke will make perfect sense. But us here at the table,
But even
Or
then,
or maybe he's
it
not joking.
might not.
I thought they were tic-tac-toe boards.
that's it. It could be those two.
I should name it pound sign tick pound toe ounce.
2.
Now you're thinking like
Tack.
Nicky Hill.
Now you're helping Nicky out.
All right, everybody, that's your top stories. Let's get into
Pounce.
what we
Pounds. The Nintendo Pounce. I'm on it.
keep workshopping it.
That's their slogan. I'm on
Mom
it.
Brain
Get it?
did play something.
I did.
I'm going to listen, but I have to pee because of the coffee you gave me. So, Mom Brain, I'm leaving it to you. Mom Brain, what did you play this week?
Now I mess up the.
Goodness.
Okay, I mess up the title always. I downloaded, played, and completed. Thank goodness you're here. Thank you.
Oh, is that the
Yeah.
comedy one with?
Yes, with Matt Berry.
Mm.
It is effing delightful. Very relaxed, very like laid back. I wouldn't exactly. I don't know that I'd say like cozy.
I'm a cozy gamer.
Oh, Josh, I didn't know that about you. Okay. So the music is delightful. The visuals are delightful. The gameplay is delightful. There were so many like silly things. For example, there is a product in the game called Peens,
Mhm.
and they're in a can, PEANS, and it's like not quite peas, not quite beans, something special in between. And it's so good. It's weird as heck. So if all of those things are appealing to you, I think it was like 2 hours that I spent playing. So it wasn't super duper long. And I didn't like rush. So I just, everything about it is weird, and I don't know. It just really
What's
Suits
the,
me.
What's the gameplay like?
you're just
I couldn't think of words.
you're basically just you basically show up in this town and everybody like needs help from you. So like,
Thank
you know,
goodness you're here.
yeah, so somebody's like, "Hey, I need you to blah blah blah." And you go to do it and it
You're a
happens.
little guy that walks around.
Yeah, you're like this itty bitty weird looking little dude. Bless
Bless
you.
you.
Ooh.
Incapacitated.
And
Dude.
so like say like Deux is like, "Hey, Mom Brain, I need you to go get me a can of beans." And I'm like, "Okay."
Sounds like me.
And so I go over to Nicky Hill's house, and Nicky Hill's like, "Oh, thank goodness you're here. I need you to help me bake a cake." And then as we're baking the cake, you're like, "Oh, we're out of sugar. Can you go to Lube's house?" And I go to Lube's house, and
my
Lube's like, "Oh, thank
gosh.
goodness you're here."
When does Dew get his peas?
Yeah. So, well, eventually he gets his beans. Don't worry. So
beans for you, do.
Whoa.
But is that really like, so
I
it's,
heard you had the
it's
sugar.
really like a long list of like, oh, before I got to go. And so like you kind of end up
It's
having to
not
work backwards.
It's
or-
not quite that linear.
Can't be
but,
that long. It's only 2 hours.
But and like, fortunately, there's a little bit of a like from a visual perspective, like a Where's Waldo element. You're like in this space, and not everything is relevant to the story that, or the mission that you're on in that moment. But like, you could go into a place and then come out of it, and the scenery has changed, and there's different ways to interact. So that's kind of cool. So it's, it might sound like redundant that you're like, oh, I'm going to do this and then this and that, but things are always changing.
Roth also gives it their stamp of approval. They say it's a hilarious game.
Well, it's like 10 out of 10 on something I just saw.
Very highly reviewed. Yes.
Yeah, everything about it.
I've been looking at, like, I've seen it in the past, and
I played it handheld.
oh, yeah,
If that makes a difference for everybody, I don't know. I just would really, really highly recommend it, and actually might be fun to play like with a group of people, because like
Woo,
there's
age
just
verification. Wowzer.
It's not
mature, it's maybe.
Probably tea.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. It's probably just because there's like some raunchy kind of
Slap
humor.
butts.
And Matthew Barry is the voice of the little guy that you play.
The little guy never talks. He's
It's mature.
Is it rated mature?
Heads up, everybody.
for what? Does it say?
For blood,
humor.
crude humor, strong language, suggestive themes, and violence.
Yeah, I
Matt
guess.
Berry is the gardener, says Granimus.
Yeah, I don't know if he does other voices, but he definitely does the gardener, and it's there's no doubting it's him.
Yeah.
Currently 30% off on the Nintendo.
Yeah,
Shop.
I got it for like $13. I think.
$13.99
Yeah.
Not
currently.
bad. Not bad.
Normally $19.99.
So, and for me to finish it in a sitting really does mean it's like a quick
Yeah.
little game to play.
It's
so,
shorter than some of the cinema we have available to us.
yeah, I really, really, really recommend it to anybody who, finds that kind of stuff interesting. It's like kind of raunchy, silly, irreverent, clever humor.
So,
Great job, Aubrey.
So
Thank you.
whimsical.
Are you going to
looking.
have something new to share next week as far as what you've played?
Probably not, but
Oh,
we'll see.
I need to find her another 2-hour game.
oh there's plenty.
Yeah.
Nikki Hill, what have you been playing?
I don't.
Want to be here.
Last week I talked about Mario Party. I may have played it again since then, but I don't remember. I think I may have played it a second time. Unless I said last week that I played it twice. And then I've been playing an analog game called Qless, which is a crossword solitaire game with
The boy loves some
some
solitaire.
dice that have letters on them. And you roll the dice and then you put together words. It's
Dirty
addicting.
words?
So Scrabble.
I mean, if you got the word, if you got the letters,
Nice.
yeah, not like
So,
Scrabble.
Rated mature.
It's rated words. I don't know what it's not rated. It's just a game. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. I saw it on TikTok. It's the first thing I bought. I think maybe that I've been inspired by TikTok, other than maybe
when
like
you
a food
walked
here or
in
there.
today, you said this is the first thing I've ever bought on TikTok.
Yeah, well, I mean, that wasn't
It's
really on the
true.
record. Now I'm on the
It's true.
record, and I mean, outside of like a flavor thing here or there that I've been like, oh, I'm gonna try
Little
that
flavor
food
thing.
thing.
That's
You
a
know?
flavor thing.
But
Qless is also
there is a
on
cell
the
phone app,
iPhone.
yeah.
I'm sure it's on Android as well, and you can get it for free.
yeah,
Oh, what's it
I was
rated
gonna.
on
I
the
forgot to
iPhone
say
for?
that.
There's
1,000
4+. It says
With
Four,
1,000
So you gotta know
1,000
words.
ratings.
kids could choke on the dice.
4.8.
That's what it says. It
out
does
of
say that.
5.
It does say that
Yeah.
the dice are a choking hazard.
Invented
Dice
by
are-
80-year-old game inventor Tom Sturdivant.
Yeah.
Test your vocabulary and word finding skills as you connect the letters and solve anagrams.
Oh, this is a tea stirred joint.
Yeah.
You should have led with that.
It's I don't know. I
word on
I
T
enjoy
straight.
it. There's something really kind of satisfying about having a bunch of random letters and then being able to piece them all together into 3-letter words or more. No 2-letter words. Yeah, Yeah, there's something satisfying about that, and we all know
3-letter words are allowed.
That's why I said 3-letter or more.
Oh, I thought you said no 2 or 3-letter words. I
said no
apologize.
2.
How many dice do you roll at a time?
I want to say
Precious?
Is it 12?
Oh, it's 12 dice.
Use all 12 letters to make words that connect.
12
Yeah,
dice.
it's
Wow,
No
pretty-
proper nouns, no names,
Yeah,
no
like,
time limit, no scoring. Most roles are solvable, but not all.
And I like there's been a couple of like I just got it yesterday, and I was like, let me throw these dice. Let's see how this feels.
Yeah, roll it.
And because I've been watching them on TikTok, and I really like it.
111,000 followers on TikTok.
I'll say, I'm enjoying it. The controls, there's no controls to talk about, and
Well, I mean,
there's no
your
soundtrack
wrist-
to talk
your
about.
wrist, I guess, would be the
There's no real story other than the story that I bring to it.
well, maybe the words
but I
that
am
you wind
enjoying
up
it.
with tell a story.
Oh yeah, no, some of them. I've actually taken some photos because I was really surprised that I actually did it. Oh well, the thing was I was gonna say is like I've had a little hard time, but I told Mom Brain on the inside, it's just like a little note that says like I've been playing. I play this every day, and it just helps to remind me that like something that seems impossible, if I just give it a little time with an open mind, I can complete it. And by golly, he's right. Feels good.
So you might say that you're gonna play Q more of this.
Oh,
Whoa.
Oh yeah, because it's
Do you
Mhm.
have to arrange them like that?
it's like a
Oh,
crossword.
so you have to make like a crossword out of your words.
Yeah, you have to spell
Okay.
different words and connect
it's
them
like
and use up
Scrabble,
all your
except
letters.
you only get 12 letters.
Yeah,
Um,
all right.
Lube is not
you go.
interested now.
Grunt, grime, and deck. That's almost
You could've
sexual.
made dick.
I guess I could have.
What if
yeah.
I told you
You're ready.
Tom wears a really cool hat?
And glasses.
Rats off to you.
So yeah, what have you been playing, Lube?
Oh, thanks for asking, Nicky. Are you finished? You had nothing else?
I haven't been
finished?
playing.
Okay. Well, I was playing a lot of Civ 6 still, and I was playing a lot of Helldivers 2 still, and I was playing a lot of Fortnite.
Hi, 10 Division, if I didn't say hi.
And I want to say that I think the past couple weeks of Fortnite have been some of our best weeks ever.
I would agree with that. I would
game-wise, we've
100%
been-
agree.
Winning a lot and having a lot of fun doing it. Like last night, that last game, I know Romy Cowboy had some sort of glitch. That game was glitchy because we had the guy stuck in the
Did
axle.
have a glitch. I wouldn't mind having that glitch all the time.
But Romy Cowboy had a glitch where he had infinite health.
I was crawling. No, I was going to get out of the storm. I didn't realize it was 5 DPS. I took out a med kit and activated it like right when I went for my last tick from 5 to 0, and I hit the ground, but the med kit like
You hit the
application just kept going. So like the pluses for the med kit were still going. So I crawled infinitely without dying, got resurrected by you guys, and went back to full health. And then the glitch stopped. But I would have died in the storm. So
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
While that was happening, just Nicky Hill and mine's escape from the storm.
Do.
I'm sorry. Do Michaels and mine escape from the storm was also amazing because
Yes.
we were so far deep in that storm and those guys just like left us for dead and we got out.
That's
and
crazy.
got
Yeah,
our
the
revenge.
fact because I was climbing up that mountain, crawling up that mountain, and they were fighting directly in front of me. Like one was directly in front, and they were shooting somebody up on the mountain, and they both saw me there, and I guess they were like, he's going to die in the storm, so
Yeah.
they left me alone. And thankfully, then you threw down a porta bunker.
Yeah, through the
Thankfully,
bunkers
you
down.
threw that, and then I like hit out by that a
That's
little
like
bit.
such a movie
because I was hiding
trope.
behind a car before
Yeah.
that eventually got exploded, and I was like, I'm not going to make it. But
Like
I
he
did.
died out there. He had to have. There's no
Yeah,
way he's
well, yeah,
here.
they
Like
knocked you down in
Yeah.
the storm.
in the
and
movies,
I like hit and revived
you're watching the
him.
movie, and you're like, why wouldn't they check on him? Of course he's gonna.
Yeah.
Yep, but it happened.
Yeah.
It happened in real life. Real life
Um,
Fortnite.
But then, so I also, this wasn't part of my New Year's resolution, but now I guess I will make it. I started playing a new game, and that was Indiana Jones
Oh.
and the Great Circle.
Wah, wah, wah.
It's, I am enjoying it. I'm having a lot of fun. And if
Now that
you
you got to that special mission.
yes, if people like Tomb Raider games or like Nathan Drake games, then you'll probably like the Indiana Jones game because it's a lot of there's puzzles and there's exploration and there's action and there's stealth, but you don't have to be stealthy, which is good. Because there's a lot of parts where I was like, I really want to get around these guys. but there's like platforming. And I'm like, I'm not good at platforming. And then I'm like, screw it. I'll just knock them out. And you knock people out, but you can pick up all sorts of stuff as a weapon. And I like picked up a sledgehammer to knock a guy out. And I was like, oh, he's definitely dead. I was like,
How is the fighting system? Because sometimes in a first person game, it could be a little wonky.
all of my fighting stuff has been like stealth stuff. So I've always like been able to sneak up behind them and just like knock them out. But I found an underground boxing ring that I infiltrated, and I'm not good at just like the boxing hand-to-hand combat because I'm like, I don't know what to do. The guys just like beat me up so fast. And I'm like, I was doing so bad at it that the game gave me a prompt that was like, you need to review the hand-to-hand combat instructions.
You need to leave me alone.
Yeah, I was like, stop, I'm
Leave me
sorry.
alone.
But yeah, it's like you're in a city environment, at least in the beginning of the game. You're in the Vatican and you can like run around and do all sorts of stuff. And there's like little missions you got to do. And I was just like, I'm not going to do the missions. I'm just going to run around and do my own stuff. But like while I'm doing my own stuff, I was like, oh, here's something I need to gather, but I couldn't gather it yet because I didn't activate the mission I needed to. So then I had to like remember like where all these things were. And
so it's kind of like an open world
Yes.
section.
Survive Blood
And then
Ocean.
you just do like little missions within that.
yeah, and there's stuff that will only unlock like after you kind of progress the storyline a little bit. So like I'm like, I know I can get up there. Why can't I get up there? And I spent like hours trying to figure out how to get into this one area.
Use the whip.
And then I was like, screw it, I'll come back to it. And then I talked to somebody and it was like, oh, could you go up there and do this thing for me? And I was like, damn it.
And then you're allowed up there.
Yeah. And yeah, there's places that are closed off, or it'll be like door opens from other end. And like once you get somewhere, like you can open that door from the other end. Then you have like shortcuts through like different areas and stuff, which is nice. And you get a camera and you get to take pictures of things. And this one guy was like, I need you to take pictures of cats. And I was like, yes. And I went around and I just took pictures of cats like all over the city.
There was lots of talk online about being able to take pictures of cats for XP, and people were very happy about
I
it.
found all sorts of.
Nice.
I took a picture of a guy feeding pigeons for XP. But yeah, there was cats on the roof. You can,
Indy's most exciting adventure yet.
yeah, you can
Taking
get
pictures of cats.
You can get a lot of places where like you don't think you do. It's just like you got to look for like spots where you can use your whip to like, and like all
Or your
these
name.
areas too, where you can sneak around guys, or you can like fight them. And like there was times where I was like, I can't find like any way to sneak around these people.
Is that how you get closer to cats? Like you hold the whip like it's your tail and you're like, meow.
So like I would
Look at
fight
me.
these guys. I'd get like in their base, and then I'd be like exploring, and I'd be like, oh, what's this door? And I would like find a secret entrance out. But I was like, this was the secret way in, and I
Yeah.
was like, I missed it completely. So it's fun, and I'm about like a third of the way through, I believe. And there's all sorts of like secrets.
Impressions and
Can't
reviews have
you,
been really good.
Yeah, there's secrets you can find. and
Can't
stuff,
you like steal uniforms and
Yes.
put on disguises and stuff?
So like you get a priest disguise to like walk around in the Vatican, and it lets you in like areas where you can't get into normally.
Nice.
And then I got a black shirt disguise, because you're not fighting Nazis, you're fighting Italian like fascists, at least in the
Okay.
part that I've been in. So you get like a black shirt disguise, and that's how you can like sneak around in like their restricted areas. But there's
Mm.
certain one like captains can like recognize you, so you still have to be like stealthy around like certain NPCs.
Cool.
Yeah. Some parts of it get a little like Dan Brownish.
Okay.
So I'm like, but it's still fun.
I'm sure
still
it's
having
fun.
What do you mean by Dan Brownish?
Like
Because I mean,
Vinci
yeah, there's
Code.
the
puzzles.
Da Vinci Code type stuff where it's just like so outlandish like connections that they make, where I'm like, that's a little silly, but it's still fun because the Indiana Jones movies get a little
Get that way.
yeah. And there's one area, I found one super secret area where I was swimming underwater, and it was like I got to this
The
one area,
holy
and it
water.
was like, you need a breathing apparatus, and I was like, where the hell do I get that? And
Can you use the whip?
Use a cat.
you can use yeah.
Its head goes above the water. Yeah.
Oh
Comes
my
out.
God. Yeah, so like you can whip people to disarm them. And I whipped this one guy right in the face, and my wife was watching me, and she was like, why would that guy get back up and still fight you? Like if I got whipped in the face, I would just sit on the ground crying. And I was
That's
like,
what
"Yup."
makes you and him different.
Yeah.
Because he believes in something.
So yeah, I whipped him in the face and then I hit him with a sledgehammer.
When you picked up the sledgehammer,
This
did
game sounded better and better.
Indiana Jones say it's
And
time
then,
to play the game?
I know you didn't say it, but it sounded like you said Louisiana Jones.
Yeah, and
That's
you can,
amazing.
you can break down walls to access secret areas also, which I didn't know about. So now I was like, now I have to backtrack and see what walls I didn't break
Damn
down.
all these secrets.
Yeah, but I found in the first section, I found every secret in the Vatican, and I'm like right at the point now to like go to the next like
Mhm.
You
zone
can
or whatever.
you
it
can
is.
go back to other places.
Yeah, it'll let you revisit. So
And is there a map situation?
Yes.
And how
the
does
map
that?
kind of looks like the map from like the Indiana Jones movies, where it's like a
The
map of the world
transitions?
with like the red line and stuff showing where you've like gone and stuff. So
Mhm.
like I'm just about to go to my next zone, but I'm gonna have to revisit Vatican City because I need a breathing apparatus to get to this one
Mm.
part. And I don't know, I didn't find any there. So, and I've been like really good about like I don't want to just go on like YouTube or something to like where's the breathing apparatus? Like I've found everything on my own. So, and the puzzles are hard but not impossible.
And you said that Troy Baker sounds a lot like
Yeah.
Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what did Harrison Ford say at the Game Awards? He said, if I knew he was that good, I would have done it myself. What did he say? He said something.
Something along those lines.
I don't know, but the
yeah.
voice acting is
It didn't
is
make
very
sense to
good.
me when I
It's
heard
right
him
on.
say it. But then again, I don't make sense to me when I hear me say
I think he
things.
said, "This guy had phone sex with my wife."
Mhm. That's what he said.
I don't
Actually, he
think
said this kid.
Okay.
So that's it. Do Michaels, what have you been playing?
Cuckoo. Thanks
I would
for.
like to hear the news of Deux.
Oh, I thank you. Here they are.
The views of Dew.
Played some Animal Crossing New Horizons as usual.
Hold on, sorry. Afternoon says, did you say Henderson Ford? Louisiana Jones and Henderson Ford. That's amazing.
That's so good. We'll have to remember that.
Sorry, dude. Go ahead.
Harry and the Henderson Ford?
That's right.
Nice. So yeah, in Animal Crossing New Horizon, I was replacing all my bridges with fancy red Zen bridges. That is finally done. So now I've moved on to the inclines, and I am replacing all my cheap little inclines with sweet brick inclines. There's
really
a more
beautifying the town for the people.
there's a more expensive incline. It's red or blue steel, but they don't look as nice as the brick. So it's like, even though it's more expensive, I'm going with the brick.
It's your town. It's your
Could
town.
you add flowers or something to it? Some gardening to it? Or
There's so many flowers, man. I've been so lazy on the gardening tip because
no, but I mean, like, you build a stronger bridge, but then just beautify it somehow.
you could surround it in flowers, but you can't put anything on the bridge itself or on the incline itself.
We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
We'll cross that incline when we
incline.
get to it. And we've been playing some Fortnite. Fortnite's pretty good. I'm one level away. I forget what level it is, but I'm one level away from getting my final 100 V-Bucks from the Battle Pass.
Yeah, you didn't play for a week because of Christmas stuff. So you were away, and you came back obviously, and I'm over level 100, and I saw your level last night, and you were like 139 or something. I was like, man, he got right back into it.
Well, I played that
that's
week.
right. You were doing your XP.
I was
stuff.
doing all the XP, and there was that Winterfest or whatever it was called had
Yeah.
so many missions for the XP. So I did just
I got
fine as
one.
far as XP goes. I just didn't get to play with any friends
you're-
or play
you're
with any
up there.
sound on. So yeah, we've been having some really great Fortnite games, and I'm living it up in Fortnite land. But mostly I've been playing a little game called Alan Wake 2, and holy cow, this game is not perfect and it's not for everybody, but I might love this game. I might
Ooh.
absolutely love it. It is
I'm really starting to love
so
Alan Wake too.
good. It's so cool. It's so God, it's like indescribable. It's in a league with like a like a Kojima thing. It's so its own thing.
That's Remedy's thing. They love doing that kind of stuff.
It's so awesome to play it, and like as I'm playing it, I'm like, this is a video game. Like this is crazy. The things that it's doing, it jumps all over the place.
I don't feel like we heard much about it though, did we?
It won Game of the Year.
It was a big deal.
How many years?
Yeah, and it would
How many
like
years? What last year it came out?
Last year?
As in 2023.
And it took 13 years for them to do it. Like it's been 13 years, 14 now, I guess.
Rumpelstiltskin, Alan,
since
Alan
the
sleep, you know?
since the first one,
Dumb.
and it is
Fucking woke.
it's just so great. It's so, even though it has a ton of obvious influences, it still has its own thing going for it. But man, it's like Twin Peaks the game. It's ridiculous. There's like I can't even express enough how much like Twin
What
Peaks.
platform is it on?
I told you have to play You have to play all of Remedy's games. Remedy loves Twin Peaks so much.
Do not tell me what to do.
Oh my god!
Tell him, Mom Brain. Oh no, wait, don't.
I don't mean it like
You can
that.
tell him if you want to,
I'm
Mom Brain.
done.
I
I'm not
mean
doing
it like
it's over. It's over.
You
Please
know-
continue.
You know,
No more.
I find it aversive to be told what to do.
Wait.
I didn't even name any games.
Did you?
I'm done.
They did Control.
Yes.
And I played a little bit of Control, and I got motion sick.
So
So.
within Alan Wake 2, there's a Twilight Zone Twin Peaks-esque TV show that you can like see at certain TVs, and you can go in. It's called Night Springs, and you go into Night Springs and you play like an arcade like break from like the actual game. And
Yeah, you just watched Night Springs in the first one, right? I don't remember playing anything related to it.
Yeah, and in this one, you get to there's 3 different Night Spring stories you can play, and the second one you play as the woman from Control, and there's like a little tie-in to Control, which was really cool. I have a new main man. Whoever plays Warland Door in this, there's a character called Warland Door. The guy is awesome. He should be like the next Rod Serling. He's awesome. He's kind of like a mix between Rod Serling and Lance Reddick. He's awesome.
I recognize this guy.
And then there's
David
like
Harewood.
almost
Hairwink?
every single character as for like voice actor is great. Almost every single one is like great. The characters are great. It's so like it builds such atmosphere. Like it's I wish teenage me could have played this. It's like everything I ever wanted in a game back then, when my little imagination was like playing Resident Evil and was like, this could be taken to such a level. I mean, the survival horror and the atmosphere and the anxiety that builds up in every second of this game is just incredible. And it's the first game to make me feel like insane, like Eternal Darkness was trying to do back then. You know, when you'd play Eternal Darkness and like crazy stuff would happen because like you're supposed to be going insane. This game does it so well, and it's not like a gimmick or anything. It's not like we're gonna make you feel insane. It's just you're playing the game and you're like, I think I'm going crazy, and it does it so beautifully. And I can't really elaborate on it without talking more about spoilers and stuff, and I don't really want to spoil anything. I've been playing it with my headphones on and stuff, so it's just like the sound design is incredible. It's the first game I think where I've never every game I've ever played where you're fighting an enemy, like you get to know what the enemies are, and okay, this enemy does this, and this enemy, if I attack him, will do this, and this enemy I can sneak by, and this enemy. There's something about the enemies where they truly made them unpredictable throughout. I've been playing the game 24 hours about right now. It's unpredictable. You don't know if the enemy's going to disappear, if they're going to run away, if they're going to find you and attack you, if you could just walk by them. Sometimes you can do that. Like it's awesome. And like, it seems like such a small thing, but it's just so unpredictable you never know what they're going to do, and they could do anything, and they're all creepy. And the way that you're like solving murders, and you have your mind palace that you go into, and you put up every little bit of information that you learn about the case, you put up onto the wall. And at first I was like, this is going to be tedious, because I'm going to pause the game to go into a mind palace, and then I'm going to like rework and solve a case. Like that's going to take me out of the experience. And the more clues that you picked up and added to the wall, and you've got a whole drawer full of cases, the more I did that and collected that stuff, I was really into it. I was really like feeling like I was getting somewhere with the case. And I love the main character. I love Alan Wake, but I love the main character, Saga Anderson, that you play as. She's excellent. There's a guy that looks like Sam Lake, one of the developers of the whole thing, playing. It's insane. Like he's playing Saga's partner that looks exactly like the actor that plays the part of Alan Wake's detective that he writes. And it's amazing. Like it's all over the place. There's one mission, especially with Alan, where I couldn't even believe it was real. It was so awesome. It was like the coolest Broadway show I've ever and you're like a part of it. I can't even, I mean, it sounds mental. There's no way to like make it cohesive. It's a crazy game, but like it's just so good. It's amazing like what they're doing with it. And you might even, a lot of people don't like it. A lot of people find it slow. A lot of people find it to like not be like the first Alan Wake exactly, or not live up to whatever their expectations are. And I understand it fully because it's a weird game, but I am all aboard. I don't know what it is doing to me, but it's really making me feel like the attention to detail in every little thing, and just you'd have to play it to like really understand how much work went into like almost every second of this experience. It's crazy. Now, the one thing that some people don't like is that there's a lot of jump scares. There's a lot of like,
Oh, I'm out.
yeah, that's the thing that you wouldn't like. And I don't really appreciate jump scares. I find them usually to be pretty cheap. They're earned pretty well here because 90% of the game is like building up a scene, or building up anxiety to lead to something crazy, or just the attention to detail in like the areas that you explore. There's like, it's all Pacific Northwest. It's creepy sunset, like forests, and creepy like backwoods amusement parks that are run down. And it's like creepy and awesome and well detailed and just so amazing. There's parts where I was trying to explore during the sunrise because like a couple, like early in the missions, it's like daytime. And then as you go, like the sun starts to set. So I was like, before I do any more missions, let me snoop around while there's still sun. And there's bits and like just the way that the forest is designed. There's parts where it's just like pitch black because you went down behind a thing or the trees. It's unreal. It feels so real. It feels so great. I feel like I'm rambling now because I'm not really saying anything specific. I do have a couple of things written down. The sound design is incredible. Some of the best ever in their use of music, actual music and score, and everything is just beautifully done. The enemies I talked about. One drawback I have is it might be a little too long. I think I'm coming up to the end, but I'm like 25 hours into the game, and that was like, it's like a pretty long slog, and you feel insane while you're playing it. So it's kind of, a lot of people might not have the like stamina for something like that. Me, because I'm such a survival horror fan, and this is hitting like almost every like thing I love about that genre, and all its influences are things that I love, and it's just doing it so well. And I want to know what's going to happen. So for me, it's not too long, but I can see other people thinking it's too long. And then there's a thing that I don't know if I love, but I guess it's not a bad thing, is there's a part in the story where you can start switching between Alan and Saga, and you get to play their stories in whatever order you want. And as you play one, you might see like a little cutscene or a little snippet of something you did in the other person's playthrough. Now, for me, it's been perfect. I've somehow, for me, managed to play it in the order that I find so perfect. Now, that's probably just what they wanted, because like if you play it in a different order and it's your first time playing, you might think that's the perfect way to play. I just don't know if like they should have guided you with whoever, like with which person you should be at a particular time. I don't know, because I'm not going to play through again to find out, but I would just be curious to know if there's like a right way to play, because I feel like the way I'm playing is so perfect and I'd want everyone to experience it exactly how I am, but you're never going to, because it's just like all over the place. So that's one thing that I labeled as a curiosity. I don't know if that's good or bad. And then I've already, I guess the last thing that I want to say is I've already forgotten about the Resident Evil 4 remake. Like not because of this game, but just like I played it 2 months ago and it was fine when I played it, but nothing's sticking out. Like nothing's sticking out. This entire game experience is sticking out to me. It's so good. If you like survival horror at all, this is the freaking game to play. It's out there, and I'm not sure I'm going to understand it all by the time the credits roll, but I think it's amazing. I really think if it didn't get a lot of credit, I think it deserved more. I think it was up against like Tears of the Kingdom, so I can't fault people for going Tears, because that would have been my choice as well. But this game is up there as an example, as an amazing example of what video games can bring. It's incredible. What a crazy experience. I get my rats off to those guys over there, because it's unbelievable. And the fact that it took so many people so many years to do this, I'm so happy that it turned out great. I really think it's incredible. I think they get a lot of flack. Yes, Saga Anderson is a black woman, so that's like been the freaking main anger for these people. And it's just like it's sad, because it's like you're gonna miss out on something truly special. When I was a teenager playing video games, I never dreamed the medium could do something like this, and I think it's
if that's what
awesome.
They're saying and they're not playing it because of that, then I feel like the whole thing would be a waste on them anyway, because if they can't deal with that, then
most likely
the whole thing is going to be pointless.
Most likely. The important thing is I love it.
Is it advised to play the original Alan Wake before playing this one?
You know, I would say yes, because you get to learn the storyline and the backstory of Alan. At the very least, I would say watch a YouTube video that recaps the story of the first Alan Wake. The gameplay is similar, but there's a lot less. It seems like there's less action in Alan Wake 2, where the first one was more like you go to a certain area, you explore it, and you kill the bad guys while you do it. Here, it's a lot more story and exploring and build up to a scare, and then there's like the battles are sprinkled in. So I would say thank you for the question. It's not necessary, but I would say do a little homework.
And then, do you wear an adult diaper while you're playing in case you pee yourself a little bit?
You know, I don't, and I don't know how I'm doing it. There's something about this game that
headphones on and like
I'm really immersed. Whereas, like for instance, RMC, we played that Silent Hill. What was it called? That little demo kind of thing.
I don't remember the name of it. No. No. The new Silent Hill.
Yeah.
We played a demo. Yeah, I don't remember.
I don't remember what it was called, but we played it and we enjoyed it. But I found that to be like tough to get through for the scares, because it was just so uncomfortable. There's something about this where the story's so good, the setting's so good, the characters are so good that I don't know, like I'm still scared, and I'm just not peeing myself. But man,
as much as usual.
Yeah, it's. I'm telling you, if I could tell my teenage me about this, man, I mean, I think I would. This is like the pinnacle of like the kind of games that I wanted when I was like 16 years old. But yeah, rats off to them. Seriously, thank you so much for letting me blab forever about this. Like I said, it's not a game for everybody, but boy, is it a game, and I think I love it. RMC, what have you been playing?
Thank you for asking, dude. Yeah, like I told you, my pledge to you is I will play that. as soon as I finish one of the 2 big games that I'm playing, because that's all I've been playing. I play Fortnite. That doesn't count.
I feel
'cause
like
I always play Fortnite.
It's a bummer that you play while I'm sleeping because I feel like I can handle watching you play. I don't know if I could play, but like I'd.
Oh, Alan Wake. you're
Yeah,
talking about?
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that's-
I don't
it's
like
a-
playing when you're awake because I like spending time with you. That's
Yeah.
why. But
Yeah, well, and it's you're working usually.
It
I
sounds
think
like
it'd be a
Mom Brain
good
wants
one-
to spend the time with you watching you play it, though.
I think it'd be a good one to watch.
we spend the time together, just not playing games. Well, she's playing something on her phone, we're BSing or doing TikTok or hanging out and saying stupid crap and making each other laugh. But if I'm gonna play, like
What
I
did
put
I
in
say
headphones and I'm
yesterday?
playing. I'm like, not there.
What did you do? Something yesterday, and you laughed so hard that you couldn't breathe, and I forget what it was.
About what in
Well,
relation
I
to
don't
what?
remember. I mean, it's not uncommon. but-
I did something or said something.
I think I said something that you thought was funny, and you were trying to pretend like it wasn't, but you couldn't.
I don't
I
remember.
don't either.
So yes, once I finish those 2 games, but yes, Fortnite I played, having fun. I totally agree with Lube. Like he said, I think we're having some really great games this season. I think we're doing really well. I think I don't know, something happened with the combination of weapons in this season and just the way we play is working out really well for us because we're racking up some wins this season. And I only played one other game this week because I was busy doing other things. As you know, I've been going back and forth between Dragon Quest III HD 2D Remake and Mario and Luigi Brothership. And the day that I got to play this week, I played Mario and Luigi Brothership because that was the one that was next. So I put in good amount of time with that. Probably 3+ hours with that. And I am still loving it. It's great. There's some new enemies that were introduced that I really like. Their attack patterns, like there's these like punching bag enemies that have like wind up fists, and when they come to hit you, you can beat them up with your hammer, but if you don't knock them back quick enough, they'll wallop you with like a major punch. So they stand there and wind up their arms, and you have enough time to like get in as many hits as you can, and if you do enough, they'll back off. But if not, then they clock you, and it really hurts.
Back off, pal. You're not that guy.
But yeah, I'm really liking the game. Again, everything that I've said about it before is very enjoyable. The music is amazing. I love the idea of island hopping and connecting the islands. It's not a deep story, but it is an interesting story, and it's certainly one that applies to today's world without a doubt, about connections and connections to people and connections to other types of people and connections to family and friends. I really like the story. It's funny. I finally gotten to a part in the story where I'm starting to see like traditional Mario enemies as well, because like Bowser is apparently out there somewhere and his minions are wandering around, but they've been out lost in these different islands too, and they don't know what the hell's going on. But just recently I met up with like early on you see some toads and stuff, like good people from the Mushroom Kingdom. But now I'm seeing Bob-ombs and Koopa brothers and stuff like that. And I had a really cool fight where it was 3 Koopa brothers. It was a regular one, a fire one, and an ice one. And they were doing different. It was like a Zelda style fight where they throw balls of fire or ice at you and you hit them back and forth. But like if you hit the ice ball back into one of them, they freeze. Or if you hit the fireball one, they set on fire. But if you set one of them on fire, they can run screaming at you, and you have to do another counterattack to stop yourself from also getting hurt. It was a cool way how they mixed up all the enemies and what they do, and a nice twist on traditional Mario enemies. But yeah, I'm loving it. I don't know how long the game is. I'm looking at the map screen for like the islands, and there's only so much space left. It looks like I have room for like 2 or 3 more islands maybe. So I don't know, but I'm really enjoying it. I really like that game a lot. And then tonight I'll probably get back into Dragon Quest. So maybe in the next 2 weeks or so I'll finish up one of them. And I said I would love to jump into Alan Wake right now, but I don't want to add in another long game to my list.
That's a lot. Playing 2 at once is kind of impressive.
Especially 2, they're big.
That's what I'm saying. 2 big games. Yeah, I've never really done that. If I'm playing like an RPG, I focus on just that RPG. Now I'm playing 2 RPGs at the same time, but I just go back and forth.
That.
I know, right? Playing 2 RPGs at the same
Yeah.
time. But one day is one day is the other, and I just trade off each time, and I'm having a great time in each. And every time I end the day, I'm like, oh man, I wish I could just go right back into that the next day, and then I play the other one, and the same thing happens. I'm like, oh man, I wish I could just. But I'm gonna guess Mario and Luigi will end first, but still, like I said, I'm over 60 hours between the two in both of them, and they're nowhere.
60 hours in both?
No, 60 hours altogether.
Yeah.
And it doesn't seem
Well,
like either of them are getting close to
Ice Dilbert-
maybe Mario and Luigi, but nothing from a storyline perspective. Just from a
Dilbert
match
said
screen.
they're 52 hours deep into Mario and Luigi, and every time they think they're at the end, it keeps giving more.
Well,
and
that's
more.
the thing. Like, I'm doing all the side quest stuff too because I want to. It's been fun. Like, I'm exploring all the side stuff on the islands and going back to check out the new branching paths that have opened up. So yeah, I don't know, but I would imagine Dragon Quest just in general is going to have to be longer than that. So, hi Thromo, good to see you. So that's what I'm playing. All right, let's do questions. Send your questions to goninpod@gmail.com.
Where?
Goninpod@gmail.com.
Maybe I will.
They can be about Nintendo video games in general or whatever the hell you want. Red Souza asks, if a wizard appeared and offered you the power to never have to go to the bathroom again, there's no catch. It just goes away with magic. Would you take him up on it? And if so, would you pretend to go to the bathroom still? 100% would take him up on it. Yes.
Yeah.
And I would not pretend to go to the bathroom.
I would take him up on it, and I would pretend to go to the bathroom because that's the only place I get peace and solitude at work.
Yeah, exactly. Why would you want to lose your work bathroom breaks?
Yeah,
I'd
still
have to
still
pick up
pretend.
smoking, I guess. You know, like
I would not take him up on it. I love just going down and sitting on the toilet and being on my phone. And
Yeah, but you can still do it.
nah,
It's not the same. Yeah,
You enjoy the feeling of getting rid of the filthy refuse from your body.
Yeah. Feels great.
Mhm.
All right, so we have two. Did you answer? You don't usually answer.
No, I would take him up on it, but
So we
I
got
would
three
still
takers
I would
and
still
no
use the
takers.
bathroom.
We got 3 takers and 2 leavers.
Oh, we're leaving.
But you and Mabry would still go hide in the bathroom, and that's fine. You're allowed to pretend. But yeah,
I mean, it's great. You don't have to use public bathrooms, but then also if you just want to excuse yourself from a situation.
with the amount that I drink water now and pee all the time, yes, I would definitely. No
Yeah,
questions
I
asked.
do
right
hate
away.
getting up 4 times a night to go to the bathroom.
There you go.
But
There you go.
I still would not take him up.
Okay.
Long movies wouldn't be a problem anymore.
That's right. I wouldn't even have to think about it.
Peeing
Wouldn't be like,
about
I'm going to a movie tonight. I better stop drinking water 2 hours before. What a great question, man. I wish that would happen.
I bet John Cena would take him up on it. Wouldn't have to pee in that bottle anymore.
The Rock.
The Rock.
I like that
I'm
there
sure
was
John
no
Cena
catch to that. or
All
anything.
wrestlers pee in
John
bottles.
Cena wouldn't poop himself in the ring.
There you go.
I like that the question wasn't like if a wizard came and took away your need to go to the bathroom, but also made somebody else have to go to the bathroom 24 hours a day. Like I'm glad there was no other side to it. It was just like this
No
is it.
downside.
I can answer that. Yeah. There's no moral
Okay.
dilemma in this.
There's no moral dilemma.
The moral
That is
dilemma
true.
comes from my excusing myself, knowing I don't really have to go,
Yeah.
but I'm okay with that.
Okay.
When I walk into the bathroom, people are like,
Although
"Why are you just standing there?
There's-
not doing anything?"
there's been so many
Taking
times
in the atmosphere.
where I've needed to go and I don't because I don't want to be rude to somebody. So I'll probably still not just excuse myself.
What happens if you get a new job and they have to drug test you? Like, well, can't.
Oh, hair.
Oh, there you go. That's
Hair to
pretty
hair.
good.
That's
What
right.
about for me? I would miss. This sounds weird, but I would miss the nervous
taking
pee.
my poop out of the toilet? This sounds weird, but
I
you'd
mean,
miss your nervous pee. What?
Yeah, because I would just be nervous then. Like if I, like you've been in a situation where you have anxiety or you're nervous
Yeah.
and you have to pee.
Yeah.
If you didn't have to pee in that moment, you wouldn't have anything else to focus on, and you would just be anxious. There's something about letting
You're
out a
anxious
nervous
about the pee, though.
No.
Oh, what are you anxious about?
oh yeah, you don't get nervous pee like when you're
Oh, I'm
playing hide
sorry
and
that
seek and
you
you're
have
about
a
to be found.
like a brilliant psychological mind and you don't feel any feelings.
Okay.
You don't get nervous pee?
Have you never been in a situation where you're nervous?
It's a physiological
I have-
response.
I
Like it's a
have
real
been
thing.
nervous. I'm nervous all the time, but not
No,
a nervous pee.
not
no.
an
but you're also
anxiety.
peeing all the time. So I think he understands.
So the
Let's move
feeling-
on.
So like
No, I don't
No,
want to
we
move
don't
on.
wanna
when
move
you're
on,
playing hide and
I-
seek and you're about to get found,
Yes,
you get that. You feel like your bladder tingles, like you got to pee.
I do
No,
not feel
he's
You let a
got
little bit out of
control.
there
Ever
to
since he was
release the
5,
nervousness.
he's
You
controlled
not
every
know
part
Or
of
like
his
been
body.
really
ladies and
excited and
gentlemen.
had to pee.
that. No.
Yeah.
I
That-
would.
That's
I
like
would.
a
Sorry, go ahead.
biological,
Yeah, I'm not
like
saying
a
it's-
survival.
I have not
right
felt
before
that.
the big game, you know?
Yeah.
Like when I was running track, and
Yeah,
I would be like
yeah.
right on this, waiting for the gun to go. I'd be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I'm so nervous, I have to pee."
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I it gives me something to focus on. It sounds weird, but
Well, I for one,
Well, we all know
Would be
Romy
thrilled.
Cowboy and all his sports adventures and going on first dates
Well, okay,
adventures.
hold on a second though. Like, I'm trying to understand your.
well, here. How about this? What do you do most days? You're in here. You see Mom Brain, and
Yeah.
you do your thing on the internet. Like, you're not going to be at the airport. You're not going to have first day jitters at a job. You're not gonna go to the doctor. You're not
So
gonna.
you-
I mean,
but-
you don't
so
do
you're
any of
talk-
that stuff.
you're
You
talking
don't go
about-
to the city. Like, even going to the city, I get like, ooh, like I get a little like anxious and.
So that's where I
So-
was having a problem with it, not understanding. You're not talking about when you're just home by yourself. You're talking about when you're like
No.
nervousness from the
Yeah.
things that you're doing,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then you okay. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that's all.
And that's another
just
thing that adds
misunderstanding
to
that.
it because it's like, oh, I gotta pee and I'm not home. So like now I
Yeah.
gotta think about where I'm gonna do my business, and I'm gonna think about down below because my up high is going crazy.
Yeah, I wasn't. I was thinking of it differently. That's what I
Okay.
was trying to stop the whole conversation before we went into all that. 'Cause
Okay.
I was just trying to see where you were coming from.
Well, hopefully I didn't insult you.
No.
I just
I
wanna-
don't get nervous pee, but I understand what you are saying. I thought you were saying I'm at home and I miss having my nervous pee, and I was like, he's at home. Why is he nervous?
No, of course not. No, that's
Yeah,
just
okay.
general dread and like
Now
crippling
I got it.
anxiety.
Now I got it. Totally understood.
I just would love. I would like to thank this wizard for the opportunity to go into a Barnes and Noble or a TJ Maxx or whatever and not have to immediately poop the second I cross that threshold.
The real question is, what is the wizard doing with all this pee and poop? Because clearly he's taking it from you. So,
Jenkum.
Jenkum is right.
Wow.
We also have a Patreon question. Mom Brain, did you know that you can join the GoNintendo Patreon
For $1.
for $1? Television did. Having gotten a GameCube for myself recently, I've been going through GameCube game listings to see what games I would want to play on it. However, many of these games have been ported or remade for modern consoles, of course. In general, what are some games you think are better on original hardware, all of them, or what do you think would be difficult to replicate on other systems, the actual feelings of playing them? Not GameCube specific, by the way. All right, guys. What are some games you think are better on original hardware? I would say every single one of them,
Yeah.
because that's the platform they were made for. Now, quality of life and all that's going to be on new systems, and people would argue that makes them better. I don't like those things. I'm not saying those people are wrong, but I want to play the game on the system it was made for.
Resident Evil 4. I never played it on the GameCube, but I would never play it on the GameCube because I originally played it on the Wii, and I liked the way that control scheme worked.
Wii aiming is great.
And it was
yeah.
never going to be like that ever again. For me, though, anything that was made for the DS, that was made specifically for the DS,
Yeah,
is,
all those
is unplayable
games.
on other systems. I mean, it's still playable on other systems, but like Phantom Choo Choo,
Trace
Phantom-
memory lost a step, even just you know having
Well,
the puzzles.
they had to change puzzles completely.
Yeah, some of them you just can't do.
I'm glad you touched on that because that's was going to be my point. Because the controller mostly, I think, would be the reason. Because it's weird using like a Switch controller to play original Nintendo game or
Yeah.
something like that. You know, it's like if the corners aren't hurting your hands,
Yeah. Where are the indents?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the reasons why they put out those controllers for Switch. The other one is nostalgia, and the other one is money. But yes, there are people who want to play those games with the controllers that were used in those games. So that's why those things exist.
on a picture tube set also.
And
That's
if I'm
right.
not if I'm not playing a game on a chainsaw controller, I don't want to play a game.
Any others that you feel, or what was the or you think would
What on the game?
what are some games you think are better on original hardware or you think would be difficult to replicate on other systems? So yes, many of the DS games are difficult, if not
Could you play
impossible to do.
Electroplankton? Well, yes, you can on the Switch.
Do that
You
on
can play
Switch
the
easily,
Switch.
yes.
Yes, anything that was on the DS, you can pretty much play on the Switch, unless you need a camera, which doesn't work,
Or a microphone.
or a microphone.
Yes. Yeah, that's the obvious, and then the Wii. Obviously, there's a lot of things on the Wii that, like Boombox, is going to be. You can do the thing where they do on Switch with the Joy-Con, where it replicates pointing, but it's not the actual IR pointer making a connection with the receiver. It's mapping, or it's feeling itself out in 3D space and replicating the idea. So not exactly the same. Gets it done in a pinch, certainly, but not as good as pointing the IR sensor at
There's also
IR camera at the sensor.
Anything that used the original Nintendo Zapper does not feel the same because you don't have like that same screen flat. Like there's other senses that come into play than just like the clicking of the trigger.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that flash was telling the gun what to do
you're
through the
shooting
gun.
at.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we don't need that anymore. So that's although there's a third party light gun that's supposed to mimic that style feeling as much as you can nowadays. So there's something out there, but it's still not going to be as good as the original.
Rex is just joining us.
Hi,
too.
Rex.
Hello,
Good to see you. And thank you for the question, Tentavision. That was also a great question. All right, Mom Brain. It's time. Send your music to goninpod@gmail.com.
Where?
We got music
goninpod@gmail.com.
today.
Of course.
Well, the last time was here, we didn't have music because we didn't have Mom Brain.
Nicky Hill actually did it recently, and he did a great job.
Yeah,
But
That's what I heard.
going back to his roots.
I hope I saved everything properly so that Mom Brain doesn't end up reusing. We might get some reused ones, but hey,
That's okay.
that's what we love about this show.
Send your
Cool.
music to GoNinPod. Please put music in the title. Help out your
Things
local
we
Mom
please.
Brain. We need more music. We need more music. We need more music.
Do we need
and
more music?
We need more music.
I got
And
music.
thank you for joining us from
We need more
Australia,
music.
Rex.
Oh,
Top of the morning to you, Rex.
I got
In
music.
Australia.
Tip of the morning.
That's what
to
they
you.
say there.
Just the tip.
Oh.
Just the tip. Of
Just the
morning.
tip of the morning.
Thought I'd add a little stank to
Oh,
it
okay.
this year.
Thought it was an Australian bird.
Oh, kookaburra.
Ah.
The American kookaburra.
Wrong answer.
The Puteki
Fart
Teki.
cloud.
Oh my god, I gotta get this stuff right.
Okay.
Wow, Rex. That's dedication. Thank you. I am happy you're getting sleep more than that.
That's what I was wondering. I thought Rex is here earlier other days. That's crazy that they wake up at 4 a.m. for this.
No, thank you. This one comes from,
To be with
no, thank you
friends,
for
Mom Brain?
me. It's very early.
They wear hats on their feet, and hamburgers eat people.
And that's a fact. This one's from Geku Kitsune.
Wow, I like it.
At first, I thought it was a board game.
That's familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah, why do I know that?
It's like
part?
from a sitcom or a game show, something from TV. Is this licensed?
I was thinking it's from a game.
It is from a game.
Not a
Is it
licensed
first
game.
party?
It's first party.
Yeah, son of a bitch.
Nintendo Life or whatever that's called.
No.
It's a website. Tomodachi Life?
Sure.
No.
Is it
What system is this? Is it Super
Nintendo-
Nintendo?
I think it's Nintendo 64.
Okay.
Hold on.
Did any of the
Yeah.
Mario
it's
and
really-
Luigi games come out on Nintendo 64?
No.
It is not a Mario.
Oh. So
Luigi
it's got to be Mario Party.
game. Yeah.
Mario Party's my answer.
Mario Party.
Okay, 2.
No.
3.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah. This is Deep Bloober Sea.
Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
want deep in that bloober.
Okie dokie. Well,
You
Stick it at
see?
my bloober.
Wow.
okay.
Wow.
This one comes from King Koopa.
Mario Kart?
No.
Is it racing of some sort?
No.
Portable.
No.
N64.
Yes.
Yeah, of course, but it's bad. Beetle Adventure Racing.
No.
She said no racing.
Did you say no?
I did.
All right.
Did you know for sure though?
It's not car racing.
What? And it's not Beetle Racing.
No vehicles involved.
Foot
What
racing?
is involved?
No, I don't know. I can't tell. I'm not sure.
I got nothing. It's not first party, right?
No, it's not first party.
Is it licensed?
No.
Turok.
No, I'm
She's
so
not
sorry.
sure racing is involved.
I got no.
Oops, sorry. I don't know. I'm out.
I don't know.
I'm so sorry you didn't get there.
Oh,
It is Snowboard Kids.
that's racing.
Oh my god! I
mean,
was thinking snowboarding, but not that game.
You know.
1080,
Yeah, just like something.
720.
Mhm.
What's your
Okay.
New Year's resolution?
This one's from Steister.
Mario Party, Super Paper Mario.
No.
That's familiar too.
Is it Mario something?
No.
Luigi's
first party.
Mansion.
It is not first party. So it is
That
not
little
Luigi.
riff is really familiar.
Mushroom Man.
No.
I don't
Is
even
it
know
on the
what's-
Wii?
It is on the Wii.
This guy knows it.
I want to
This
say
guy
I
knows
know.
it.
it.
Elements.
Dewey's Adventure.
No.
Is it a Yoshi something?
It's not.
Kirby?
No.
You said it's not first party, right?
That's correct.
It's not first party.
Got that Wii feel to it. Yeah. What would we have played
Zack
on the
and
Wii?
Wiki.
No.
Chicken shoot.
I'd be the Kiwi.
No. No.
No, something bugs me about this.
He knows it. He knows.
Boyna's Blob.
No.
Dog Island.
No.
I was just thinking of that today.
Ah, no.
DeBlob 2?
No.
Because it's definitely not one.
Every game that I think of.
Oh, why?
That
do I
is
know
really
riff?
that is
Ivy the Kiwi.
No.
Manhunt 2.
No.
Toe Jam and Earl. Kane and Lynch.
No.
Yeah, we're just
World.
No.
No More Heroes.
Boom Blocks? Are we like anywhere near? No, we're not. We're not near anything. This is. Oh my
It just
gosh.
sounds like a goofy, like mascot platform.
Koro Rimpa?
Yes.
What?
Great job, Nicky Hill. It is
Wow,
Koro
and we didn't get it.
Rimpa.
Where are we?
I don't know. I didn't recognize
I've
it.
been wearing the damn. Oh, thank God, I'm not wearing the hat today. But I've been wearing my
I didn't
Koro
even.
Rimpa
I
hat.
wasn't even. I didn't even see it up there.
Wow, that's great.
Because I don't know.
We
I was
need
just
another
thinking like
entry in the
whimsical, like
Marble
Yeah.
Rolling
Playful.
Saga.
also
I
that's
love
maybe
it.
that sound was the panda sound.
Ah, yes,
love
that's
the
right,
panda.
ball.
Yeah, missed it.
Oh,
Bring that back.
this one comes from Steve Irwin, R.I.P.
Is it
Professor
Animal
Layton?
Crossing?
It is neither of
Pikmin?
those. It's Pikmin.
Pikmin.
I got. Okay, let's just go 4.
No.
Okay, let's go 3.
Yes.
I think I might have missed one. Go do that.
Well, I have this one and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
Does that help?
Yes.
So that was Pikmin 3 from Steve Irwin, R.I.P. This one is from Human Fart.
Fart Cloud. See, now this to me sounds like it would be something from Animal Crossings.
It is not.
Is that like Charlie Brown's teacher singing? Womp womp womp.
Peanuts, the game.
No.
I feel like I need to say it, but I don't think it is. A short walk,
No.
short hike. I mean,
No.
man, is this Switch?
It is.
It's like as far as I go.
I don't know.
It's not like alone. Not what is that game in the woods? What was that?
Night in the Woods.
Night in the Woods.
That's not what this is.
Is it? Never mind.
I got nothing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, but I want to.
Thank goodness you're here.
Oh no.
From Human Fart.
That one stings.
This one comes from Tentavision. And I feel like, did I already do a Tentavision? I might have.
Would you
If
have known
so-
that song?
Nepotism.
I probably would have.
It's N64 without a doubt.
Nope.
Okay, really bad Super Nintendo?
Yeah.
Sonic. No, it's
No.
not on Super Nintendo. Was Killer Instinct on Super Nintendo?
It was. This is not Killer Instinct.
My Casio keyboard in the living room.
This is
See, right now,
just straight up Killer Instinct.
if they took out that wah, 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 this song wouldn't be horrible.
Is it a license?
It might be.
Wow. There's something so flat sounding about this too. Like it's just like
It's like,
it's just in a room with like, you know, you can just see one person at a keyboard making it. It doesn't have like that.
Super Batman.
No.
Super Superman.
I got nothing.
Is it first party?
Definitely. Yeah, I don't know. I'd just be guessing. All I know is that I have never played this or even listened to the soundtrack.
All right. So we're giving up.
I am.
Stupid.
Top Gear.
Oh yeah, never
Oh.
played that.
And you probably never will. This one comes from Nico Darunia.
Oh, come on. You know it?
Me? Uh-oh.
Is it like a beat 'em up?
Not a beat 'em up.
Is it a Metroidvania?
Shoot 'em up?
Super Nintendo. And Genesis and a million other systems.
Fire Emblem something or other?
Is it RPG?
It's Capcom.
Oh, Mega Man something?
Contra?
It's Konami.
Contour?
It's Street Fighter. So
It is Street Fighter?
Vegas thing.
It's Street Fighter 2.
Oh. Wait a minute. Why am I not? What is Street Fighter? Like Mortal Kombat style fighting?
Yeah, it's just a fighter. Not a beat 'em up.
Not a beat 'em up. What am I? Streets of Rage is what I was thinking
Oh,
of.
yeah.
That's where the confusion was.
Beat 'em up.
Because they both take place on the streets.
Yeah.
Beat 'em up.
Here's one from our friend PT.
What is this? GBA?
No.
DS?
Yes.
Okay.
DS Flight.
Wow. Oh,
Wow, that's right. DS Flight.
somebody just found a whole bunch of 3DS prototypes, not DS prototypes. I got no idea on this either.
Armored Core.
No.
Is this like a menu screen?
I don't know.
I don't know it.
Yeah, I'm out.
Zensis.
Surge.
There's
Scourge
the old-
High.
Yes.
I mean, yeah.
Is
My
this water?
Princess Pony Barbie.
Lost
Oh
in
my
Blue.
god, that's it. No.
Horse Girls.
Sorry, no.
Harvest something or
No.
whatever. I'm out.
All out.
We're out.
Kingdom Hearts Recoded.
Oh, never played that one.
All right, this one is from Mikey3319.
Earthworm Jim.
Nope.
Is this GBA?
Yep.
This has to be licensed.
It
This
is.
is screaming licensed.
Bugs Bunny's Birthday Adventure. Or
No.
whatever. What is it?
Mom
Birthday
Brain gave a little giggle. I think there's something to that.
Sweet Life of Zach and Cody.
Such a good guess. Corey in the house.
Ren and Stimpy.
No.
Tiny Toons.
You said it is.
GBA cartoon movie.
Do you want me to answer them?
It's a movie.
No, we don't know what it is. It sounds goofy, so I think cartoon immediately. Like I don't think movie, like a live action movie. Is it a cartoon?
It's animated, yeah.
Is it part of the Disney Saturday afternoon or after school?
Animaniacs.
No.
Bratz. Was Bratz around when GBA?
It's not Bratz.
It's not Looney Tunes.
Nope.
Biker Mice from Mars.
No.
Do we know this?
Darkwing Duck.
Yes. It's not Darkwing Duck. You do know.
Rugrats didn't have a game until recently, right?
That's right.
It's not Rugrats.
We don't know.
No, wait, come on. We can
Okay,
get there.
we can get
get there.
Cartoons. from the
Transformers. Doesn't sound like
No.
Transformers. It's like something like Barbie. It's something like kiddie, like very kid friendly.
Paw Patrol.
SpongeBob.
No.
Like a. I don't want to say
Garfield and
farm
Friends.
because it's not farm.
I was thinking Green Acres.
Yeah, something about it is like, yeah,
Dude, Michaels would know if it was Green Acres.
Yep.
I don't know. I'm giving up. Nicky Hill, are you giving up?
Yeah.
Okay, everybody, give it up.
Yeah. You give up.
I feel like we're going to regret this.
You are. It's The Simpsons Road Rage.
Oh, I played
On
that
the
on
GBA.
GameCube.
Me too.
Jesus.
I mean, you were just circling the drain there for a while. Cartoon.
And that's what this podcast is all about.
GoNintendo Podcast, circling the drain.
Yeah, I
For...
didn't get Simpsons
I
from that.
played a lot of Road Rage too, but I don't remember. I mean, that's
It's track 7, according to
Probably
those.
I don't remember any of the music from
Yeah.
that.
The last song we have this week comes from Tater Tot and Spud.
This will be for a 5 out of 10.
I want to say Professor Layton again.
It's not.
Oh, it is definitely not.
Asian.
It sounds like 2 songs playing at the same time.
It does. It's not. What was that game on the Wii? Is it on the Wii?
You're gonna need more.
It was like really beautiful, animated, side-scrolling.
Beautiful Joe.
Is it on the Wii?
It is not.
I know the game is alright.
It's one of those ones that I started and never finished. That's gonna bother.
Me too.
Something with an
This
N,
could be
maybe?
Battle Tanks.
It's not.
Turok.
It's Cube.
GameCube. Okay, really?
Gauntlet. Dark Legacy.
What's the name of the game with that robot in it?
Chibi Robo.
No.
Glitch?
No.
What is this?
Odami.
Odama.
Odama.
Or Okami.
Okama. Obama?
Thanks a lot.
Boy, I don't like this.
Was Rock Band on the GameCube?
Rock Band was no.
Sounds like a hit song for somebody.
I got it. No, some wrestling game.
We're gonna regret this one too.
Probably.
Oh no, it's not first party.
No.
Mario Sunshine,
Can't regret it that much.
Sonic.
We would regret it.
It's not Sonic, but it is Sega.
Give me too many hints. Sega on the
Just
GameCube.
trying to get us there.
Sega on the GameCube. What do we got? We could do this. Sega on the GameCube. Sega on the GameCube.
Golden Axe.
It's not Crazy Taxi.
What the heck is
It's not House of the Dead.
It's a Super Monkey Ball.
It's not Billy Hatcher.
Uh-uh.
Sega on the GameCube. What? Shadow?
No.
It's no Sonic relation
That's
at all.
correct.
What the hell did Sega do back then?
Super Monkey Ball is the only thing I had.
And on the GameCube, it should narrow it down. So, think about Sega franchises. Come on.
I can't. I can.
Kiko the Dolphin.
You're at least that's a Sega franchise. I'll take it.
Altered Beast. Golden Axe.
Is this a Sega franchise that's still around?
Um,
Shinobi? Did they? No, there's no GameCube.
Hold on, I'm looking at.
It's not like a Ghouls and Ghosts or Ghosts and Goblins.
Maximo.
It's all
Wait,
Capcom.
so
Oh, there's a discrepancy here.
I guess it is first party technically.
What?
Oh my god! And it's made by Sega.
Mario and Sonic
On
at
the
the Olympic
GameCube?
Games.
Rabbids.
Ubisoft. What are we doing here? Now I'm extra confused. If you go to the Wikipedia page for this game, it will tell you the publisher and the developer on the right-hand side. If you tell me the game, I'll look it up for you. I'm afraid to ask. but-
Published by Nintendo.
Okay, developed by.
Developed by Amusement Vision.
So where the hell? Oh,
I'm
okay,
when I'm
all right.
looking at the picture and it says Sega.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry,
Might be an AI image.
misleading.
Well, Amusement Vision, I believe it was
Oh, look at this guy.
Sega.
We'll get there.
Yeah, Amusement Vision is Sega. You're good.
Interesting.
It works.
On the
Published
GameCube?
by Nintendo
On the
the GameCube. What is this?
On the GameCube.
Eternal Darkness.
Shenmue.
Is it a fighting?
This is so frustrating to me.
Virtua Cop.
Another 1080 snowboarding.
No.
Kelly Slater's Pro
Vector
Surfer.
Man?
No.
That wasn't.
That was Sega.
I guess Beautiful Joe.
Nintendo wouldn't publish it. That's
Not
Capcom.
Beautiful Joe.
Whatever. I give up.
Yeah.
Everybody giving
I
up?
gave up.
Give up.
Was F-Zero GX/AX.
Wow.
Oh man.
That does not sound like a song I would race to.
Don Genie's song in F-Zero.
With
GX.
Fat Shark.
Man, and
Man,
Those
that-
are cat names. Don Genie and Fat
published
Shark.
by Nintendo from Sega. It should have been right there, but the song was so off from what I expected of F-Zero that
That does not sound like a song I would race to. Like what?
Not an F-Zero.
That was a good one. That was a good
that
one.
was
You got
good.
us.
That was really good.
Holy
You win
cow.
the golden apple.
4 out of 10.
I've never,
Man.
yeah, I've never
6 out of
seen
9, guys.
such a trouncing.
Yeah, that was a bad one. That was a bad one. Good job, everybody.
Heck of a
Good
start
job.
to the
You did it
year.
to us. You
Almost
got
makes
us.
me not want to.
Well, we've had worse
Continue.
before.
I'm out next
Well.
week. I'm out.
It just gets worse from here, folks, because if you've been
I would
listening the
like
whole
to hear
time,
the views of you.
thank you very much.
Views of Deux. It's ever news.
It's Deux Views. It's never news.
Views of Deux.
Rumor of the week with Dew Michael. So, ladies and gentlemen,
Starring.
we tried not to let this slip earlier, but the Spiders and Flies have been talking to Nicky Hill apparently, and they weren't able to get me a different thing. So here we go. What we do here is talk about rumors that my Spiders and Flies get and bring to me, and then I let everybody know what they are, and then everybody's like really excited. The only thing we're doing different this week is we're making this story true.
We're making
We're
it
making
true.
it
We
true?
are making it true.
We're making it
That's-
true.
That's different than usual. All
Like a
right, we're
dream is a wish.
So
a heart
this one
makes.
wasn't true, but we are going to make
We're
it
making
All
it
right,
true.
So the onus is on us once we hear this.
If you will it, it is no dream. So earlier today, you might have heard that Nintendo said that they weren't going to do Punch Out anymore. Well, guess what? They lied. That was a little misdirect. Turns out they're
always up to
doing
something.
a Jake Paul Punch Out game complete with online antics in between the matches. So you'll get to do things like fly to Italy and mess with civilians, all for YouTube videos, and then come back and fight in actual boxing matches. And Mike Tyson is signed on to be the new Glass Joe.
Oh,
ladies and gentlemen. So-
Wow. How the mighty have fallen.
Yeah.
Well, again, we have to make this one true, though. So
Why
it's not
don't
true.
you ask George?
Glass Joe is now the end enemy, though. The end.
Oh,
fighter.
okay. George, your thoughts on this story that we have to make true?
I'll take them all.
What's
Hell
with
yeah.
George? Because so aggressive, George. You're gonna fight Mike
In the
Tyson,
new
Jake
year.
Paul, and everyone else apparently.
Well, he's gonna
in the new year.
squeeze lime juice
I've been-
on his gloves, so when he hits them, they
and
get
their eyes.
blinded.
Yes,
It's like,
Yeah.
that's a
nibble-
tactic.
Nibble on this glove, Mike.
There's no.
Reminds me of the old college days.
Nice.
I did not know. Like, there's got to be no rule against putting lime juice on your gloves. No specific rule, but maybe there's like
What rules, you sons of bitches?
Used to call that one the stinger.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't,
Get stung.
they don't let you
Get
use
stung.
that
Put some
anymore.
Mickeys on there.
Oh, my eye. I'm not supposed to get crud in it.
All right. Well, that's that, everybody. We did it. That's your first show, New Year. Lube, thank you for being here. And of course, a
Yeah,
regular thank you to
try
everybody
to
else that
make
is
I'm the
here.
star of the show.
And of course, Josh is always the star of the show. But everybody else that came in to watch or listen, no matter if you're here live or you're listening weeks or months or years from now, thanks for doing it all. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Happy New Year.
Too late.
Happy New Year. to the
After show.
Not too late for the after show.
Oh, look at that. Go for it, Luigi. Mom Brain, you know,
I can go
you
for some of that
do the
right
pitch.
now.
I taught everybody knows I like wrestling. Nobody listens to me when I say I like stuff because I say I like it too much. So you go.
Wrestling is just really action-packed storytelling. There's a lot of drama. There's a lot of showmanship. There's butts.
Don't forget the athleticism.
And there's athleticism. It's just like in a soap opera where like you can dive as deep into it as you want, you know, to like learn about backstories and who's with who and whatever, or you could just enjoy it like on its face in that moment for what it is. And I find something incredibly comforting about it being like live every week and like just it's always there and it's like you can count on it. And you know, it's just like I don't want to call it silly fun because I don't want to like, you know, devalue it, but it, you know, it's just fun.
It's entertainment.
Yeah.
Some of those guys are hunks.
Yeah.
Some of those girls are hunkettes.
Yeah.
As you know, I'm an Uber fan and a longtime viewer. You are a longtime viewer and a fan, but as someone who has watched from the Vince era to the Triple H era, would you say you've noticed an uptick in like, or an improvement in quality in terms of everything, but especially storytelling?
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that that's like, you know, that's got to drive it. Like the storytelling really has to be, otherwise you don't want to watch every week, right? Because it's just like another, you know, another ass whooping, you know, but it's like, it's been a while. Like I'll never forget like how engrossed we were when we were like Lube and you and me were watching with like Edge and John Cena and all that. Like,
Those were
like
good
we were
times.
like hooting and hollering and like, I mean, it was so exciting. And, you know, we were interested in a story and like
Yeah, those Hardy Boys.
hunks.
Would you say
What we're talking about now.
would like say they watch
They watch.
and they're not into it, they're not like grabbed. It might take a couple
yeah,
couple
if you
viewings
just
to
watch
kind
like
of
a one-off, you're not going to know what's going on. So it's like you kind of have to get
You
a
could-
little vested.
You
I
could watch a
guess.
one-off and maybe you'd get like a hook of a storyline that might intrigue you. But I'd say, yeah, a couple watches at least you'd get like, you
And
know,
now's a
one,
good time because it's
two
like,
episodes back to back. Like then you'd be like, okay, I
Yes.
can see how what's
kind of want to
going
and
on
watching-
here, yeah.
this guy.
watching because Monday is the first YouTube or
Netflix.
Netflix.
well, it's also like we're like on the road to WrestleMania. Like
This
this
is the
is
time
like
to
the time to
start,
start
yeah.
watching
Yeah.
because this is when stuff's gonna really like pick up.
And like I'll say as someone who's watched for a long time, the attention to detail with storytelling and the stories they're telling is leagues beyond what they've done because there's planning literally years in the making and backup plans if things fall apart, like somebody gets injured or something. Like the stories that they're telling and how they tell them reward long time viewing and reward like those who pay extra close attention. Like there might be somebody doing an interview on camera with one of the interviewers, but in the background, you'll see like a wrestler go talk to another wrestler, and you just see them talk to each other in the background, and they walk off, and you're like, what are those two doing back there? And then like a month later, you find out what they were doing, and you were paying attention, and that actually did matter for what's going on. And then like stuff like that happens all the time now, where there's little things that are woven in and out that take time to blossom. Like they're fostered. It's not just like this happens one week and then the next thing happens and then it's over. And it's also not like, it used to be very cut and dry. If this happened, this is going to happen. If this happened, this is going to happen. And that's the way it always went. And I can't tell you, I mean, you'll hear me say it all the time. There are things where I'm like, I've never seen this happen in wrestling before, or I've never seen them handle it in this way before. There are things that happen all the time where I'm like, I would have never guessed that it would go in that direction because they've never done it before. And that's what every week is like now. And outside of all that, the level of wrestling, as far as the actual wrestling, is probably the highest quality they've ever had. Like the Attitude Era wrestlers had huge personalities, but they weren't exactly known for great wrestling. Now you have people who have big personalities, but are actually great wrestlers too, and they can make entertaining matches watching from that perspective as well. So
it's also cool when you start to look into like the people, like the wrestlers in like real life and where they've come from and who they've like come up with. Like that's kind of an interesting layer to add,
and that
to
blends
it.
into storylines too. All real life blends into storylines all the time. How about that guy I sent you last night?
Yeah, that was funny.
About that guy.
There's a guy, Lube, you're a
I love
wrestling
guys.
fan.
Yeah,
You know about how they have like wrestlers hide under the ring and all that.
Yes,
And they
one of
have
my
a TV
favorites.
under the ring so the wrestler can
Yeah.
see when he's supposed to come out. Well,
Is it high
their
def?
ringmaster, the guy that they call the ringmaster, he has,
Yeah.
I guess he was allowed to start a TikTok account.
Mhm.
So he makes TikToks under the ring. And he
Don't
shows like, no, like
Oh.
the actual in real life guy who
Oh,
is in
okay.
charge of all that.
Who just sits under the ring?
So he's under that guy that you see in the video. That's the real guy.
But that's really what he does. He just sits under the ring.
No, he's the ring master, so he does other things with the ring. But yes, he's in charge of what's
Like with a
going on
top hat
under
and
the
a whip?
ring. And
So he puts
Sorry,
the
we all
stop
know
signs
I'm
under
deep
there.
into
there's a TikTok.
circus worlds.
You see him on TikTok hiding out under the ring with the TV and talking about what he's doing. And I sent Mom Brain one where Kevin Owens is supposed to be coming out.
Mhm.
And the guy under the ring like pans the camera over, and Kevin's there and like crawls over and starts talking to him. And he's like, "What are you doing down here?" Like they have a little thing going on, but it's
Like
stuff you would
Fraggle
have
Rock.
never gotten to see
Yeah.
before in
Yeah.
Vince's era.
He
Now
calls
the
for
guy's like,
Hornswoggle.
"I'm the guy that's he's under the ring."
And
It's like,
K-
"Where's
and
Hornswoggle?"
KO
I thought
comes
he was
out.
saying.
Yeah.
But he's like, this is
Wait, do they have a
Well-
secret entrance to under the ring? Or
I think so.
no, when the lights go out in between commercials or whatever, somebody comes. So people can be out there for like 25 minutes under the ring, and that they got
Mwah! What a great job, right? Just like lay under, like that's what
that's
I
why
wanna
they
do.
have like the
That would be hard
the
for me, like,
containers
if
of
I'm-
like
I
drinks
get
and
nervous.
stuff.
If I'm
under
I'd
there.
have nervous pee the whole
if
time.
I'm like
Yeah.
laying down and now I have to go and perform, it's like
Yeah.
I need time to transition out of like from
That's
the
like
dark
they-
into
they
the light.
pee in a
and-
bottle under there.
Also,
Seth- Seth
you're
Rollins
watching
did
you're
that,
watching the
right?
match
Yeah.
I mean, lots of them have been in bottles.
on a monitor. I'd be like, oh, I'm watching TV.
probably-
Oh, wait, that's me.
yeah, when
With
you can't
every
get caught
move.
up when
I
your
just think it would
when
be
your
weird
cue
when
hits.
It's like boom, boom.
Yeah,
like the
you'd think the
noise.
ceiling was going to crash in
Uh,
on you.
Hornswoggle told a story that he was under the ring and was hiding under there for a really long time, and he fell asleep, and he only woke up right when he was supposed to come out.
What a professional.
But he was still a couple seconds late, and it was a match that involved the Undertaker, and he's like, "Oh my god, I pissed off the Undertaker of all people." And he's like, "I came out and did my thing, and Undertaker looked at me like, what the f? Like, where were you? What happened?" And he went backstage later and apologized to him. I was like, "I'm sorry, I fell asleep in the ring. They had me there for like 40 minutes." And I fell
Imagine
asleep."
though, like you're in an arena with how many people screaming,
Yeah.
pyrotechnics going off, and enormous men pounding down onto the
Oh, I
ring,
dream of it all the time.
and you're fast asleep out like a light. Like, wow.
So,
Had me at enormous men pounding.
yes, now is the time to get in. Road to WrestleMania, debut of Raw on Netflix. The writing and attention to detail and everybody that they have on the roster is the best that I personally have seen. Like, this is the time to start if you've never started, because you'll get your 3+ weeks lead up to the Royal Rumble, and that will be your first premium live event, and then the ball's really rolling. So, and like I said, John Cena comes back on Monday.
It's his
This is
farewell
the
tour.
end of John Cena's career. He is starting a full run with WWE again on Monday to the end of 2025. So this upcoming WrestleMania will be his last. This is all of his last everything.
I hope it's not just like John Cena wins every match. No one can beat him.
No, all I know is John is completely in charge of everything that's happening the whole year. He came back and he's like, I don't want to come back and do like a farewell, like to WrestleMania and then I'm done. He's like, I want to do like a real schedule like I used to. And they were like, yeah, what do you want to do? We will let you do whatever. Obviously, they're going to work with him.
Let's call it the Nexus 2, but I won't let him win any matches.
They're going to work with him to write stuff. But yeah, he wants to do more than that. And if you know John Cena, the person when it comes to wrestling, he is very involved. He wants to put over the new generation. So he's going to do that. But Punk is like, I want to do something with Cena. Like we had such a huge rivalry.
Like,
and Orton is like, I want to do something with Cena because we had a big thing. And so there's wrestlers that are like, John's in charge. It's whatever he wants. But Punk
Charles in charge.
But Punk specifically was like, I hope he like wiggles me into something with him. He's like, tag team. We go against each other. I don't care what it is. He's like, I just want to do something with John because a part of my storyline was a big Cena thing. Yeah. So it'll be really fun to see what it is. But
like if I come back, I just want people to see me.
The end of John Cena's career. All right, everybody. That's that. Unless anybody else has an after show thing they want to talk about.
No thanks.
All right.
Good night, everybody.
Enjoy your week. Thanks for listening. Play some games, rest, relax, hang out with friends and family. You deserve it. We'll see you next week. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
And we are